good witness to the madness that was WCW. I've got lots to say about it. What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Just really stupid. The biggest cutthroat bunch of conniving, backstabbing idiots you've ever seen in your life. That is such bullshit. It's the work of an idiot. Pathetic, really stupid idiots. Are you an idiot? Lost idiot? He was the shits. You will always be seen as a complete failure. The term motherfuckers would have been crossing my mind pretty regular. Thanks for nothing. Go fuck yourselves.
Thanks for nothing. Go fuck yourself.
Anyway,
idiots. Goddamn idiots. So guys, welcome back to another Getting Some Color. We are here doing more 1996, entering February, the month of February, the month of love, and we're start. That's kind of funny. The month of love, and we have some love stories that's happening in ECW. But the shows that we are going to be covering today is ECW, Apple Blizzard Blast, which was February 3rd, 1996.
Big Apple Blizzard Blast.
Big Apple. And then we got WCW Monday Night Nitro, and that is February 5th, 1996, along with WWF Monday Night Raw. So, yeah, we are back at ECW with more craziness.
You're from there. Do you know why they call New York City the Big Apple?
I don't.
I've never heard an explanation of that.
I think it's because I don't know.
It's just something somebody said and it caught on.
It's probably like a town or whatever that like had a bunch of apples or whatever, and they're just like the Big Apple, New York.
I've lived this whole time, 38 years on this earth, knowing that New York was called the Big Apple, and I've never once questioned it. Like, how did it get that name? Until just now.
It's like we have the Statue of Liberty, which represents the United States of America, but it's placed in New York. You would think it'd be like the New York Liberty or whatever. I don't know.
That was a big city. I think the capital used to be in New York.
Probably
like
right.
a super long time ago, like before the not the Civil War, God damn it, the Revolutionary War was over. It has to do something to do with racetracks, Andy says.
Yes.
I have to look this up later.
They're racing around the Big Apple. Anyway, let's get into some ECW action here. So Joel Gertner,
that's his name, Gertner.
Yeah,
ring announcer
dude that can speak Spanish, kinda, I guess.
I like that he does that for like the luchadors when they have the match.
It's respect. Paul Heyman interrupts him, telling him to buzz off, and Paulie then tells the fans that they're a little delayed because of the camera crew from the show A Current Affair. So I didn't look up what A Current Affair is. Is that like a cheaters, like people?
No, I had to look it up too because at first I thought, was that like a soap opera? Because it sounds like it, but it's not. It's actually like some kind of like news show that was on from like 1986 to 1996. This was like the last year it was running, apparently. It was like one of those kind of boom, boom, boom news shows that just bombards you with like topics like rapid fire, and they just like talk about them real quick. It was more like a talk show about news before that was like a real thing.
So it's kind of funny. I wonder if they knew that was going to happen. Because Paulie's a genius, by the way, because right when he said that, everybody in the fucking crowd just starts fucking putting the middle finger and be like, fuck you, fuck
Boo.
you.
They booed those guys, even though they're just like, they just needed to work.
And that's how it starts. And then it literally goes into the match, which is Taz with Bill Alfonso versus the Shark Attack Kid.
Oh yeah, did you notice how Paul Heyman's finally starting to look like Paul Heyman here?
Yeah.
He's like he's gained more weight, but he's rocking like the ponytail with the hat, the baseball cap, and the jacket.
And
he's got the scruff going, so now he's looking like late 90s, early 2000s Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting to him. The stress is getting to him.
Yeah, because he has to pay those wrestlers and shit. And
yeah, you mean not pay them? You mean avoid paying them?
Yeah.
Just get away with it.
Yeah. Do you know anything about this Shark Attack Kid?
I did not look him up at all, no. But like, I was like, this dude just looks like a friggin' jobber. And then they say he's from the Dangerous Reef, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is he like Shark Boy's dad or something? Is that what I'm supposed to think?
That should be the origin story. That's hilarious.
Yeah. And like, Bill Alfonso starts freaking out. And he's like yelling about how he hates New York and he hates a current affair and he hates everybody.
And he hates David Letterman.
Oh yeah, he said that too. Yeah. You say he sounded like Dusty Rhodes if he was like
retarded.
Special needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say
Dusty Rhodes ain't retarded. It's him. Bill Alfonso's retarded.
I also said he sounds like Dusty if he like his nutsack was like split or something.
Yep.
He kind of sounds like that. But Dusty Rhodes speaks low pitch, baby.
But my God, man, Bill Alfonso is a great heel.
Yeah, I remember I was complaining about him so much, and then like I don't know what happened. It's like it finally just clicked with me. I'm like, this dude is like, yeah, he might not be very eloquent verbally or something. Like he's not. That's not what's going on here. He's not here to cut like promos that make you go like, whoa. It's just this guy is so annoying, and he knows that, or Paul Heyman knows that. He's like, keep being annoying. Be annoying as you can be. And he even gives him a whistle now.
Yeah.
And now he's got a whistle, and he blows his whistle all the time, and it pisses everybody off.
I like when Taz in this match, he's like, blow the whistle.
He don't blow the whistle before he finished the guy off. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like that.
Yeah. But yeah, he was like going off and shit and like taking shots at the Shark Attack Kid and then talking about shit about New York, which is like a heel thing to do. When you always go to a town, you got to make fun of the town.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make fun of the, like whatever current event that's happening that's a joke for the town or their sports teams. Be like, yeah, fuck you, New York Rangers, like they suck, and they go boo.
The Giants suck. The Jets suck. Everybody sucks.
Yeah.
Just say somebody needs to do that one time. Just come out. All your sports teams suck. Just cover all your bases. Just see what happens.
Would you count this as a squash?
Oh yeah, this was a squash.
Yeah,
because
okay.
That dude only got like he hit Taz a couple times, I think, and then like Taz he killed him. He hits like, he hits all kinds of cool offense that Joey Styles doesn't know the name of.
Mm.
It's like he called I don't remember what he called it, but Taz did like a Northern Lights suplex. It's like, but the way he did it was like he snapped the guy. I've never seen anybody do it like that before.
He's like, that was a belly over suplex. I'm like, what?
So I was like, no, it wasn't.
That was a Northern Lights, son.
I mean, I'm not one of those people that says, oh, you got to know all the names of the moves of everything in wrestling, because I think that's kind of stupid and over the top sometimes.
Mm.
But we've seen wrestling enough from the last decade, at this point in time we're watching it on TV, that a guy would have called that a Northern Lights suplex on like American TV at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So all you'd have to do is just watch a little bit of wrestling and you would know that.
Yeah. But the suplexes that he was giving to this fucking kid was insane.
Yep. Now I do know all the names of all the suplexes he did because I'm a stupid nerd. So he did the gargoyle suplex. That's that one where he got behind him and he put one arm above his head and then had his other one folded down and he flipped the guy over and he landed on top of his head.
Yeah.
It was nasty, but God, it's dangerous looking. T-Bone. Everybody knows T-Bone, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Then he did, a top rope belly to belly, which was cool. And then he said, blow the whistle. And then he did the Kata Hajime, the transmission.
Yeah. Man, imagine like if that was said in WWF, the Kacha Machame, and then imagine JR trying to say that.
Kata Hajime.
The Cabra Shabba Mage.
He would have called it that judo hold. That's what he would have called it.
God damn it, it's a judo hold.
He'd have been Volgan from Metal Gear Solid 3. None of that judo.
Then Taz heard the chants from 911 because then he like grabs a fucking mic and he's like calling for 911, and then Gordon comes out with. I thought the CEO was done. I thought he was not a CEO anymore.
Well, they still call him the commissioner.
Yeah,
and he's not going to be there much longer, I think, in general. But yeah, he comes out and he says 911's not here. He left the building for some reason. And then Bill Alfonso's like, I want to fight Todd Gordon and stuff. And for some reason, because they have a feud. They have like an ongoing feud. And then I'm like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like when they fight.
Yeah.
But they love it. That fucking crowd loves it for some reason.
Yeah, Northeast people are crazy.
They fight, and then Todd's like beating up Bill, and like Taz comes in and just kills him. He hits him like 3 times or something, and he's dead.
Yeah.
And then a Bam Bam Bigelow shows up out of nowhere.
I popped so hard. I was like, holy shit, it's Bam Bam.
I did too, yeah. Like, because I didn't know he appeared now. I didn't know about that, and he ran Taz and Bill off, and he tells Taz, "Come in here and suplex the Beast from the East, brother."
And I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
I'm like, "Oh boy, here we go. We might see some good matches out of this."
Yeah, so
that's exciting.
Yeah, I dig that segment, and that's gonna be one of many segments and promos I think in this show that we'll get to. The Headhunters with Damian Kane and Lady Alexandra versus Axel Rotten and El Puerto Riqueno. I think did I say that right?
Joey Styles says Riqueno. I just call him El Puerto Rico because I think that's stupid.
I'm gonna give you my initial thought when I saw this match. I was like, oh, that was my initial reaction. And then like throughout the match, I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I saw this fat guy do a moonsault, and I was like, what the fuck?
So I wanted to ask you this because I was watching these guys, and I was like, wait a minute. Are these the guys those masked guys that were in the Royal Rumble? You remember that? Those 2 fat guys that were there, and then like there was no explanation of who they were?
Yeah.
I think it's them. They have like the same build and everything.
Oh yeah, they both look oddly shaped, but
they were wearing masks though. That's so like it's like now I'm seeing their faces and I'm like, why didn't they let those guys do anything? Like they could have done something because after seeing this match, I'm like, these guys are actually kind of decent.
Yeah, and then now I know why Vince put masks on them.
I guess they look the same anyway, so it's like, who cares? You could just put a mask on them.
Yeah, true.
But I like how Axel Rotten's so weird. Like I don't understand that shit. It's like Axel Rotten's supposed to be from London, England, and he's like allegedly some kind of punker, but like we've heard him talk that he's not from London, England. Also, He's wearing a Kiss t-shirt. So it's like I feel like that guy that would be part of that like subculture would not be wearing a Kiss t-shirt, but we all know he's totally fucking fake anyway, so who cares?
Yeah.
It's just whatever. It's just stuff about him just bugs me.
He probably his gimmick was probably like, you're a guy from London that is a punk rock, like those punk rock people in those movies and TV shows, and then you're gonna put a band T-shirt on. And there you go. That's your gimmick. And he didn't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know.
I'd like to know if it was his idea or somebody else bestowed the idea on him. But whatever. They killed El Puerto Rico.
Yep.
They're doing like big power moves like Tiger Bomb, Spine Buster. They did the double free fall flapjack. I love a free fall flapjack. And if you don't know what a free fall flapjack is, that's when a guy is just so big and powerful. He like shoots the guy off in the ropes, and when he comes back to him, he just tosses him up in the air and he free falls. It's like he's doing a stunt fall and he just hits the mat. It always looks great. Then they're doing double team moves. I'm like, these guys are like little Abdullah the Butchers, except they wrestle better. That's like what they look like to me.
I was really impressed by them.
Yeah. Axelrod's punches are fucking terrible. Did you notice that?
Yep.
He was like whiffing the guy's face. Like he was supposed to be punching him in the face, but he was missing. And he was like hitting his forearm with like the flat part of his fist to make that smacking sound. Except it was like a lot louder than that. And I'm like, God, come on. You're supposed to be a brawler. Like, can't punch. At some point, El Puerto Rico got back in for some reason, and then he got his ass kicked again. He got like Axelrod was doing pretty good, and like the dude. That's something about tag team matches I don't understand sometimes, like the way that they set the match up or something, or decide how it's going to go. Where it's like one guy will get his ass kicked almost the whole time, is like almost dead, just barely is able to tag in or something.
Yeah. And
then the other guy will come in and do like a little bit of offense, and then tag the guy back in who's like just now started to rest.
Yeah.
It's like shit. It's like, okay, you're going to tag him back in. I feel like you're risking losing this match. All right.
Either A, it's booked that way, or B, someone did their spots too quick, and then they like, all right, now it's your turn, do your thing.
I guess
some are stickler for doing, the script like Macho Man.
We got to do our moves. We got to hit them. Maybe, but anyways, he got body slammed, and then that headhunter that body slammed him went to the top rope and did a moonsault.
Fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, this is like, we've talked about Vader doing a moonsault, That's comparable to this. This guy got more air than Vader, though, actually. He did like a Kurt Angle moonsault, really.
Yep.
Got a ton of air, but this wasn't really a squash. I mean, there was offense against them, but I gave it like a 5.6. I was like, oh, this is all right.
Yeah, I give it a 5.4 out of 10.
I was more impressed with the mini Abdullahs, but
the headhunters.
Maybe if there was a better team, like maybe if it was like Mikey Whipwreck and like somebody else.
But is their gimmick like they're like some like on WWF with the Fatu people, the head shrinkers?
I don't know what they were. I think they were literally just like a placeholder. Like they needed some dudes to fill in the Royal Rumble or something. Because I think at this point in time, the WWF roster is like really thin. You can tell because they're trying to fill it out. And at this point in time, I think Vince has like established this working relationship with ECW already, and that might have been what this was. A little bit like the start of that.
Kind of like how WWE and TNA right now, essentially.
A little bit, yeah. Except Vince was like straight up giving Paul Heyman money and stuff. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're giving TNA a little bit of money. Here, take this money. Just do this with it.
We go to the next match, the tag team title match, the Eliminators versus Cactus Jack and Mikey Whipwreck, and I'm like, what? Did I miss something?
No, Mikey? They won the tag titles at the last ECW.
Oh yeah, that's right. I must have fucking pigeonholed it somewhere.
You memory hold it. It's been a while. Like,
yeah,
really, since we did that review. It's probably been a couple months or something.
Mm.
Like Cactus is getting you sold out chants already. They saw those. This is what's funny about that to me. You're giving him you sold out chants, but I'm like, how did you guys know that? Did you guys find out about that because you watched Raw and you saw the Mankind vignette? You know, the show you guys claim to hate, or did they read the rag? You know, the dirt sheet.
And the internet's not that popular yet, I don't think, right?
No, so it's like, I mean, it's there, and so just a little bit of that stuff starting to get on there. It's not widespread. You still have to know where to go to be able to access it.
Mm-hmm.
But so if any of these guys are going to find out about it, it's either A, they watch the TV show, or B, they subscribe to wrestling, whatever Dave Meltzer's stupid fucking newsletter was called. The Wrestling Observer. I forgot the name of it for a sec. But, yeah. So I think that's funny. Also, Cactus has a WWF and F shirt. Which is like making fun of the ECW shirt. Like Tommy Dreamer's wearing one all the time right now. ECF and W. And then on the back it says join the new generation. That's fucking funny.
Yeah. ECW does funny poke funs at the other federations compared to what Vince and Uncle Eric is doing right now.
They usually don't punch as hard at WWF, you notice? Like sometimes they even say things that are complimentary. Like who was he talking about in this show? Joey Styles said something about this guy survived something the Undertaker did. Like that was like a compliment or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot that quote.
I can't remember who he was talking about. I might remember later when we get later in the review. But so this match is like kind of weird. We was talking about it on the chat a little bit because it's like on one hand it's pretty good up to a point, and then some stuff starts happening where it's like weird, and it's like it feels kind of like it's breaking down or something. But
yeah, it's almost kind of like Mikey Whipwreck is doing his crazy hardcore. I'm just gonna fucking get my ass beat and maybe get the victory really quickly, and then you have like actual wrestlers like the Eliminators and Cactus Jack like trying to work a match. Because if you notice, every time Cactus was in there, like the match slowed down.
and the thing with like the story in this match really is like Mikey was wrestling, which is what he usually does. He usually actually wrestles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he does like wrestling moves like headlock takeover. He's doing like holds and everything. But he also does like those crazy dives and high risk moves.
Mm-hmm.
But Cactus was getting upset because he wasn't, brawling or being hardcore, which I got to bring this up. Why is this going on when he just spent like 2-3 months talking to Tommy Dreamer about how you shouldn't wrestle that way? And nobody cares for him. So it's like he's flipped back to his old ways.
I kind of wonder because he's going, the sold out chance. Like they're like Paul Heyman's like, oh, we got to switch you back to being like a hardcore heel type of character, so you can leave.
Maybe I know he gets a send off. I guess he does get like a better send off a little later here. I just thought it was kind of inconsistent, with how he's been portrayed lately.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, he like it gets to a point though where he's like Cactus is forcing him to tag out, and he's like, he actually grabs the mic. He goes, "Mikey, if you're not going to help me defend these titles, you get the hell out of the ring, and I'll do it all by myself." He says something like that. That's how he won. Yeah, he even claims that's how he won them, which that's not true. But anyways, he's brawling now, and then like eventually Mikey does tag back in, and he tries to wrestle again. Like right after Cactus did a bunch of cool stuff, like punching, he does big boot, does a leg drop and everything. Mikey comes in, just does an arm bar. And then he gets like mad. He pulls his hair and he's yelling at him. And then Mikey eats like a super kick from like fucking Saturn out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Then Cronus is like getting heat on Mikey. He does like that. He's the only other guy I've seen do that handspring elbow like close to like Muda's.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hakushi's is pretty good, but Cronus gets more of that like velocity in there somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the gut. I don't know. Anyways, Cronus does like a power bomb, and Saturn does like a top rope knee drop to his shoulder, which I thought was like, oh, that was pretty sick.
Yep.
Cactus gets in. He starts doing forearms in the corner, clothesline. He did a springboard back elbow out onto the floor onto Cronus, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, it looked fucking rad.
Then he gets Cronus in the ring, and he hits a power driver. The Cactus does the power driver. He like pulls on the guy's like tights, and then it looks nasty when he does it. It's like the dude lands in a heap somehow.
Yeah, he pulls on the tights and he kind of like jumps in the air a little bit.
Yeah, it's like he spikes the guy, and it looks like this messy but like really sick power driver the way he does it.
And he makes it look safe. I'll give him that too.
It is safe. The way he explained it was like the power driver is one of my favorite moves because it looks really devastating, but in actuality, I just land on my ass.
Mm-hmm.
so nobody gets hurt. But he goes outside. He gets like a glass bottle from under the ring, and he like shatters it on the post. Like, is he gonna kill somebody? What's he doing? He goes to like get Saturn with it, but Mikey stops him. He like drop kicks him. He has to do that to get him to drop it. And
I
then
wonder
Saturn,
if that point is when he got the crowd with the thing where he was literally going to kill the guy.
Yeah, I guess. But like Saturn gets the bottle and he tries to go for Cactus with it, and then it just turns into like this big cluster and it breaks down.
Yeah.
And then like Mikey eats a total elimination and gets pinned.
Yeah.
Because Cactus and Mikey can't get on the same page.
And both Cactus and, well, after what happens later, both Mikey Whipwreck and Cactus Jack are part of Raven's Nest.
I think Cactus is. I don't think Mikey is. I think it's just because he's teaming with Cactus, who's like, we was talking about Cactus. Is he part of Raven's flock or nests? And I'm like, I don't really think he is. I think he just associates with him.
Oh.
So, because Mikey's tagging with Cactus and Cactus is friends with Raven, Raven is supporting Cactus because he's been supporting him for like 4 months or something. So, and he just bullies Mikey and like, I don't know, shit talks him and stuff.
Yeah, like Raven starts to like push around Mikey and starts to attack him, and then Cactus pulls Raven off, and I was like, "What?" and then like he's like, I don't know what he screamed. He must have said, "It's mine" or something like that.
He said, "You son of a bitch, don't touch him!" And then he like levels Mikey with a clothesline.
Yeah. I was like, "That's weird."
Cactus is weird. I was conflating this match with the next one when I was first started talking about it.
Oh yeah, the one that where I was like, I like that kind of, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, that was my bad. I was starting to think about that one where I was like, it gets weird and it breaks down. No, this match was actually fine. There was nothing wrong with it really.
Mm-hmm.
I give it a 6.7.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. It was a pretty decent match.
Solid action, and I like the story they were telling.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Joey tries interviewing the Eliminators, but Francine appears. And this is what like annoys me about ECW is like it feels like I'm concussed every time I'm watching this show.
You feel like the wrestlers.
Yeah, I do, because like they'll have a match and then the transition is like literally live. There's like no cut. They're like, there's Francine just appeared.
This will go into something I'll bring up later when we get into like the real long, never-ending segment that's like multiple segments.
Yeah.
But this plays into that too. I think it's called. I'm going to call it because I heard Jim Cornette talk about the recent Raw or whatever. They had a segment that's a lot like what we were talking about on here recently.
Mm.
They called it the rolling segment, and I'm like, that's perfect way to describe this. Just
Yep.
segments just roll into the next segment, and just it keeps going.
Some of it makes sense. Some of it is just like, oh, this is new.
It's like you're throwing buckets of paint against the wall, just seeing how it works.
Yep.
It's just,
But Francine comes out with the neck brace because of total elimination. And she flirts with the eliminators, talking about she loves men with gold and like touches sweaty abs and stuff. However, Pearl Harbored by the pit bulls, and
it was a ruse.
yeah, it was a ruse, and they hung Saturn over the ropes with their chain, and give Kronos a super bomb, and then Francine then uses scissors to cut Saturn's hair. Is this like mocking that he's gonna be bald soon? So they're setting that up.
Maybe that was his excuse. Like maybe he's like, I'm going to shave my head, and then Paul's like, wait, let's cut your hair first. Because that's what smart bookers do when they find out, oh, somebody's going to cut their hair. They try to make a match or an angle out of it somehow.
Yeah.
Or like, dude says they propose the stipulation, and then dude goes, oh, I'll do it, or I was going to cut my hair anyway. Fuck it, let's go. But not like, let's see what this guy looks like bald because I can't imagine it, and we force him to shave his head. There's something stupid like that.
I do have a funny story. Kurt Angle was being interviewed, and they were talking about the Edge versus Kurt Angle match. The loser loses their hair, and apparently Vince ribbed Edge and said that he was gonna lose, and made Edge like depressed for a while until literally the night of the show where they told him no, Kurt Angle's gonna lose.
Could you blame him?
Yeah.
Remember how his hair looked back then? He had like this luxurious, really long, like locks of hair and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, plus his head, you can tell his head would look weird if he shaved his head.
Yep. It's probably like a cone head or something. Like he has an egg-shaped head or something.
I think that's literally what he said in his book when he was talking about that. He was like, yeah, my head's shaped like a cone head or something. But, thank God she cut his hair, though, because Saturn's mullet was, like, awful.
Oh, yeah, it was, like, super bad.
It's not a good mullet. It's a bad one.
So the tag race here, I guess, would be Cactus and Mikey. Well, Mikey just got beat up, but is now the Eliminators, the Pitbulls
again, yeah,
and then the Gangsters are like that's the tag division so far, correct?
Yeah, and then like this goes into the Gangsters promo, which is really New Jack's promo. Mustafa usually doesn't talk. He usually just acts crazy or something.
He just stands creepy while the lights go out.
And then New Jack says that they cost the Pitbulls those titles, not the Eliminators. And he says, Jack's like, I don't like nobody. Hell, I don't like Mustafa sometimes. And I especially don't like you. He tells the Eliminators if they got the belts, they're going to get got, basically. Mm-hmm. And then New Jack, like, busts the light bulb behind him. And then, like, Mustafa is just laughing maniacally in the dark.
And then, like, the camera's, like, zooming in onto his face.
Like, it's like the shadow of him. You can't see his face. But, like, it was sick. I was like, that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's, like, one of my favorite promos of tonight. Then we go into the tag match that we're going to be talking about as being weird. Is Tommy Dreamer and the franchise Shane Douglas with Balua McGillicuddy, fucking hate that name, versus Raven and Stevie Richards with Kumina Wanala.
Kimono Wanalea.
Okay.
Get it? Do you get it?
Wanalea. Yep, there we go.
Blue Meanie
and the
too.
Blue Meanie. First time seeing a Blue Meanie, right? Correct?
No, he's been there for a little bit now.
Ah, shit. I'm I must be fucking like memory holding a lot of this stuff because ECW is like my rose tinted glasses is all fucked up as an adult now.
Well, I think the other thing is I don't think you watched as much of like the ECW stuff as I did from '95. Like you stopped in the summertime, like when we originally stopped, I think, and then I told you like go watch these things. I like cherry picked things, but you didn't see the rest of the show where like the Blue Meanie's actually been there, and I guess not the stuff where Cactus and Mikey actually teamed up.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, you did miss that stuff. So it wasn't just you memory holing.
Okay.
So like I had to remember all that too. I memory hold that you didn't watch it.
Yeah. So
yeah, Kimono Wanalea is Raven's new girlfriend, I guess.
Yeah, so this is where he took Balua and Tommy Dreamer did because he was sitting on the ring like Raven on the turnbuckle, and there came her, and it was it was fucking weird, by the way, because like she like lifted her skirt thing, and like Tommy Dreamer was like looked like he was sniffing and watching her fucking pussy. I was like, what is going on?
And then he like flips Raven off.
Yeah.
And then she like gets on him, like basically sits on Tommy Dreamer and like sucks his middle finger.
Yeah.
And then Joey Styles says, he goes, "Oh my god, my boxers just shrunk." And I'm like, God damn it. Fucking cringe, dude. Come on.
Yeah, Andy, I know I fucked up saying turnbuckle. Oh, buckle.
You also,
damn it. Fuck you.
You fucked up Beulah's name too. You called her Balua. I had to hear you say it a couple times to make sure I heard you right. I'm like, that's not her name.
How do you say it?
Beulah.
Fuck that.
It's a weird name, though. I'll give you that. It's not like Kimono Wanalea. I can sort of get because sometimes Japanese names are like kind of confusing. But yeah, Beulah's just spelled flat out. That's a weird name, and you never hear that name. Or like I never heard of the name Beulah until ECW. So
yeah, they got her at a fucking trailer park or something. I don't know.
But yeah, Andy, Kimono Wanalea is that's a smart name.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you do the play-by-play because this is a weird one.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of play-by-play, but this was the match I was conflating the previous one to. Where I was like, it was weird, but I think I liked it, and there was different things going on with it that I thought kind of just held it back from maybe being a great match. I think is what they were trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it just didn't happen for a lot of different reasons I'm going to get into. Everyone has pretty good chemistry in there. Everybody is fairly skilled to skilled. You can make your determination about who I'm talking about with that.
Talking about Shane Douglas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people's psychology in the ring has always been strange, like Shane Douglas. Sometimes Raven. Raven has done things sometimes where I'm like, what the fuck was he thinking? Like, I don't understand.
He's a rebel, man.
Stevie did some cool stuff. I especially enjoyed the spot where he put on a Razor Ramon t-shirt and acted like Razor Ramon to piss Shane off. And that was a deep cut. That was for everybody that was like, I'll read the dirt sheets and all this other crap. And like, that crowd is smart. The ECW crowd is smart.
Mm.
So for them, it works. And for all of us who's like looking back at this many years later and we've heard all these shoot interviews and all this crap, Shane Douglas does not like Scott Hall. He hates him because Scott Hall didn't like him. More or less.
Because he found his secret classroom. That's why he's mad.
That's why he's holding the grudge against him, because he found his secret via satellite classroom and exposed that he was like a liar.
Yeah.
He exposed his work. I'm not super sure about this, but I think part of what happened was I think Tommy got concussed in this match early on. Because you remember when Stevie did like a power bomb to him, but he like landed really weird?
Yeah.
It's like he folded up.
Folded up bad.
Yeah, like I think he landed on like literally the back of his head, and he like snapped, and he was on his stomach somehow. And like after that point, like Tommy was like he just seemed out of it, like he didn't know what he was doing for a while. Like he botched like a really easy spot with Raven, where I think Raven was going to do a Vader bomb to him, which is like he's jumping out of the corner to splash a guy, but Tommy like got up in a kneeling position for some reason, and Raven landed on top of him. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And like at that point, Tommy was just like 2 left feet for like the rest of the match until he tagged Shane in. He just looked like he just didn't know where he was or like what he was supposed to be doing almost. Then Shane gets in, and he's in the ring for like, I'm thinking a lot longer than what was planned. But regardless of what my speculation is here, about what was happening, this is what happens. He was in there for a long time. He had a ton of near falls done on him. He took like 3 pile drivers, like a bunch of weapon shots and double team moves. And then like a random Sandman run in happened where he hit everybody, including the referee, with a cane. And he kicked out of everything. He kept kicking out of everything.
I was annoyed.
I was annoyed too. I'm like, God damn, is this like a modern AEW wrestling match or something? Like, what's going on? And then everybody took so many pile drivers and so many DDTs and stuff and getting hit on chairs, and they kept kicking out.
Yeah, it was kind of like watching like a WWE 2K25 match where you're like all doing the same moves, spamming it. Like pile drive. It's just annoying. It doesn't look real. It looks like comedy.
Then like, yeah, it's kind of like over the top. And then Cactus ran into, and then a random, I don't even know, I can't remember what he did, but like then the finish of the match was a random shitty frying pan shot that beat somebody. After all of that stuff I described, that's what beat him.
Yeah.
And I think it was I didn't even wrote down who got the pin. It was Raven and Stevie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. That slipped my mind to write that down, but I was just like, all this stuff happened, and I zoned out basically. I hate it when a bunch of people do stuff in a match, and it's like they hit each other with a bunch of other stuff that looks really devastating, but never finishes the match. And then the finish of the match is something really fucking weak.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
It's like the beginning of the match was like good. Like there was wrestling, there was weird psychology, but they were still trying to work a wrestling match. And then, like you said, Tommy Dreamer gets a fucking concussion, and then they have to have all this chaos happen. And maybe I wonder if this was like on the fly, like, oh, fucking Tommy's concussed, change of plans, do chaos, fucking kick out of everything. And then, like, I would have actually kind of liked it if right after Blue Meanie does the moonsault, like Raven just takes the pin and that's where it ends. Because I'd be like, all right, all that chaos happened. Now you have this big fat dude that just did a moonsault on you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I could forgive that. But then a frying pan?
And it wasn't even like the best frying pan shot you saw in that match either.
Yeah.
I know it sounded like I complained a ton about it. I did, but I still liked it. And I'll reiterate, I think if Tommy didn't get his bell rung, that match might have ended up better.
Yeah, it might have been 8 out of 10. Who knows?
I was kind of feeling like this might be pretty good, and then it just didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 7. I still think it's good. It's just it was cluster.
I gave it a 6.9 out of 10.
We're right there. It was a good cluster. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Despite the cluster.
Yeah. All right, we are going into Luchador territory, and we have the WWA welterweight title match with Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Juventud Guerrera.
Quasi Juice. Chris Jericho
Yep.
called him Quasi Forever.
Yep. I did like that the ring announcer did Spanish introductions. I thought that was respectful. And I have a feeling that was Paul Heyman being like, you gotta respect him. And then you do it in Spanish. It'll pop the crowd. Holy shit, you weren't lying about Rey Mysterio Jr. He gets pops from the ECW crowd.
There's a couple guys in that promotion that are like, they're just straight baby faces and they work despite that crowd being so vicious and smarky.
Mm-hmm. And volatile.
And volatile. It's really hard to be a baby face in like that kind of environment. But Ray is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just because he's so cool. Because this is 90s Rey Mysterio when you're like seeing this stuff that you're like, oh my God, did you see that? Did you just see what he did? It's like stuff nobody really thought was possible, really. I'm not like exaggerating.
But he's I know he's old right now and like a little bit like that muscle chubby type of body going on.
Yeah, he's got a little pudge, but his knees are shot. His knees have been destroyed because of all this stuff he's done.
Yeah.
But he's still good.
But he looks good in this. I love this gear, by the way. His gear was looking fucking cool.
This is classic Ray when he's still wearing the tights, and he's still kind of cut right now because he's so young and everything.
Yeah.
Hoovy looks generic as hell right now. I'll say that. He just doesn't look like anything. I have something to say about this before the match starts. The bell, after the ring introductions were over, Ray flipped off Hoovy.
Yeah.
They're like, what? And then after the bell rang, Ray tried to shake his hand. And then Hoovy spit on him. And I'm like, what did you expect after flipping him off? What was that?
It almost feels like he's playing like I'm this young kid and because I'm an ECW, I have to be edgy, so I'm gonna flip you off and be like, "Oh, cool! Here, let's have a friendly, respectful match." And you're like, "Fuck you, dude! You just flipped me off."
Maybe it was that, or maybe this was supposed to be like a callback to a rivalry they had in Mexico or something. That's the only other thing I can think of. They have a decent match. I don't have a lot to say about this because they did a lot of fast stuff, but also they did slow it down. But it was like, to me, they didn't do anything real out of the ordinary in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Ray did some of his crazy offense, but this wasn't like Ray versus Psychosis here or something.
Yeah.
This was like a lot more tame. And I think maybe it's just because maybe he doesn't have as good chemistry with Hoovy, or maybe they weren't given the time they needed to have like that kind of a match or something.
Maybe.
But Hoovy was okay. He didn't really do anything bad. I just think like he didn't look that impressive in this match to me.
Mm-hmm.
Ray beat Hoovy. He did like a pretty dodgy looking top rope hurricanrana for 3.
Yeah, that ending kind of was like, but it's like everybody popped for it.
It was cool.
Yeah.
I gave this a 6.5.
I gave it a 6.7 out of 10.
Okay. You like quasi
the Ray curve.
The Ray curve, the quasi curve.
Mm. Oh my God. Taz and Bill Alfonso are back to have an interview with Joey Styles. Fonzie says 911 will never answer an emergency call again. And I'm just like, that's a fucking stupid line, but I love it because he's a heel. He's fucking spraying all over the fucking microphone and probably in Joey Styles' glasses. He says, so Bill dares Joey to say something about it. Bill keeps talking trash, so Rey Mysterio comes out and confronts them. And I'm like, huh? Why is Ray out?
Ray and 911 are buddies.
I guess so.
It's a big guy, little guy buddy ship thing.
That's interesting. Is that where it's going, you think? Or
I know it's something that happened before. Like 911 saved Ray from getting his ass kicked before.
Okay.
And then like they tag teamed. I think we saw that in like the last ECW show. They had a tag team match, but they like lost or something.
Yeah, and I remember I talked to you in Messenger where I was like, Ray seems green on the mic, and you were like, he was okay. Maybe I used the wrong terminology, but he sounds like a fucking baby when he talks on the.
He is a baby.
Yeah.
He's like, I think they said he was 20. So like, he's literally like still a child.
Yeah.
And then he can't even buy a drink. I don't think he can rent a car.
Yeah, literally he goes, 911's not here, but I'll, fight you.
Yeah, Ray was just sticking up for 911, and I was like, and he got cheers. And then Taz was like, all right. I think Bill Alfonso started running his mouth first, and then Ray hit him with like a spinning wheel kick out of nowhere. Yeah. And then Taz was like, oh, okay. And then like they have this little scuffle that's like pretty interesting. Because it's like Ray is like outmaneuvering Taz, and he's kind of getting the better of him, but then Taz is able to like stop him, and then he like suplexes the shit out of him, basically.
Yeah.
And I just liked the visual of it because it was like Ray is like, it's like a dwarf versus a hobbit in like a fist fight is what it looks like.
And he like tossed him so far. It was like fucking awesome.
He went flying, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I said Taz is like maybe 4 inches taller than Ray, who's like, if you've never seen Rey Mysterio, he's like 5'3" or something. So it's just, but the funny thing is Taz's size is just, he's just so wide. It's like he's literally like 2 or 3 of Ray, and he just throws him.
Yeah. So like after Taz does all that shit to Ray, this guy JT Smith comes out, and it looks like he's like caring for Ray, and he just starts fucking stomping on him. I don't know any backstory about this, by the way.
There was no backstory for that.
Okay. Because I was like, why? What?
He's a heel. He's like, I think he's also like a dumbass. Like that's supposed to be part of his gimmick because he's just, before he was just this dude who was like a jobber. And then out of nowhere, he started operating under the delusion that he was Italian. He's, for everybody that doesn't know what this guy's black. And he's like, I'm Italian. And everybody's like, no, you're not. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then that Shaw guy comes out, Mike Myers, and he saves Ray from getting beat up by this loser.
And everybody's going, Shaw.
And this starts the rolling segment. This is where it rolls into another segment after this.
Yeah, woman's out there. She interrupts. She tells everyone to tune in on Monday nights for the action. She promises to stick around ECW because no one can make her leave. And that's foreshadowing something. She also asked Joey if he wants to join her in WCW. I kind of wish today they did that more often, where they're like, I'll go to AEW or I'll go to WWE. Like, sometimes they do that, but they've been really light on it. Like, I think they should do that more often. But I know business-wise, you don't want to advertise for the other company.
Yeah, WWE's lightened up on it a little bit, where like you can say like, maybe I'll go to AAA, maybe I'll go to TNA. They're like affiliated with them now, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go to like New Japan. They can say that because they're really a neutral entity, kind of. But you notice they never say AEW.
Yeah.
Also, she's been getting you sold out chance the whole time too.
Yep. But they'll watch it.
They'll watch it.
Yep.
Because they knew about the Mankind vignettes.
Yeah, the ear. What's left of the ear, I should say. Then Sandman comes out in his fucking, pajama pants and fucking t-shirt and his stupid kendo stick and his fucking Reebok shoes or whatever he's wearing.
And his cigarette.
And Woman asks if he changed his mind to come into WCW.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. And he called her a bitch, pretty much. And then Too Cold Scorpio joins, and it's weird because it looks like he's like, I'm gonna take your bitch. He's like, no. Well, he does take the bitch, and he takes her to a limo, and he goes, take that bitch to Atlanta. And I fucking love that line.
That was fun. See, the Sandman thing was stupid because he just like he did basically call her a bitch, but the way he said it was like, I've been around you this whole time. You know what? I finally realized that you've been a bitch your whole life, and I'm like, whoa, that was deep.
Yeah.
And then that's when she makes that reference about somebody's going to have to physically remove her from ECW to make her leave.
Yep.
And then Too Cold came out, and he's acted all friendly with her at first because she's managed him and stuff. And yeah, that happens, and then he's like, he calls her a bitch and takes her out the ring. He literally carries her on his shoulder, and then that's when everybody was like trying to touch her and everything when he was walking through there.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so keep in mind the tunnel to the back is like small.
It's really cramped.
Yeah, so you're like literally on top of the fans. So as woman is being carried by Too Cold Scorpio, every fucking dude is groping her ass on the way out, essentially.
Yeah, it's not really an exaggeration. It's just about every other dude that reaches out. Oh, cop feel.
And that's why ECW fans are fucking retarded. I said it. Anyway.
He walks all the way outside with her, stuffs her in a limo, and the limo speeds off through the ice and snow of New York.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the end because it like had like a comedy feel to it, but they were also sending her off. And that's how people usually like being sent off from companies. Sometimes. I will say sometimes.
They always try to go out of their way to like make up an on-screen excuse for that person leaving. So I'll give them that. Mm-hmm. This one was a little more creative.
So this is where I kind of get annoyed now because this is where it starts really rolling into segments. And
this one dragged too.
Yeah. Then Stevie Richards and Blue Meanie confront Sandman with a message from Raven. Sandman wants to discuss facing Raven for the ECW title. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot Raven is the world champ at this moment. Stevie says Raven is giving Sandman one opportunity to back out of the match. Sandman says he will never back down from a fight. And the fans start chanting Sandman to kill Stevie. I started like laughing a little bit. I was like, those ECW people want to kill people. Richards gives him another chance to back out and threatens a Stevie kick, which is a super kick or a sweet chin music, which is still kind of powerful at this time. It's almost like a DDT at this moment.
That's one of the moves he does where usually it's like, oh man, he might beat him with that. Like, he's beaten people with it before, I think.
Mm-hmm. And as he's threatening to do the Stevie kick, Blue Meanie says he wants to do it. And he goes to the corner, does a little dance, and then starts to charge. And then Sandman just fucking canes Meanie. Like fucking Passion of the Christ, Passion of the Meanie. And kills him.
He dies on the spot.
Dies.
He never gets back up from this.
He sold that shot, which I was like, fuck yeah, sell it. That was cool. And then Richard panics and says Raven is going to kill him. And then Raven appears with his Asian woman.
Kimono Wanalea. This is segment 4.
Yeah. He berates Stevie for his failures and slaps him. And then he, like, kind of, like, in my opinion, kind of blows off fucking Sandman, which I was like, yeah, fuck Sandman. Because Raven said some shit, he's like, yeah, fuck you.
He didn't give a shit about anybody.
Yeah. Raven slaps him. Moore threatens to fire Stevie, but Stevie has a surprise for Raven. And I'm like, where is this going? I'm like, why?
They they
Fucking
they dwell on this surprise thing for a while. It's like, I have a surprise for you, and Raven's like, well, this surprise better be good or you're fired. I'm
yeah,
gonna fire you if the surprise sucks. And then he's like, I have a surprise. Let me get it. I'm gonna find the surprise.
yeah.
This is the surprise. And then he like stalls, and it's like he's looking for something on him. And then he's like, oh yeah, no, Blue Meanie had it. He's still laying there dead from the cane shot. He has not moved an inch. He starts like rummaging in his pockets and stuff. And then he pulls out like a piece of paper from like the crotch of his pants or something.
And I want to call bullshit on Joey Styles for knowing what it said right away, because like Stevie Richards says like a fucking 2 paragraphs, and Joey Styles is like, "Is that what I think it is?" And then like Stevie's like, "Yeah, it is." And then he takes Joey Styles' glasses, puts it on. He kind of looks like Harry Potter for some strange reason, and pretty much says that Missy Hyatt sexually assaulted Stevie Richards.
He's suing her.
Stevie Richards is the first Me Too.
Whoa. In 1996.
Yeah.
And then Missy Hyatt comes out. It's out of nowhere. And confronts Stevie.
Yeah.
And she's like, that was probably the best night of your whole life. And then she starts cutting down Raven, and just out of nowhere, he's like, you can't measure up. That's why I'm not with you. This is why you have to resort to cheap whores. Like, she literally says that.
So let's backtrack on that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So she loves Stevie, or wants to fuck him more than Raven.
I think she just did that to fuck with Stevie. That's what I think really happened.
Mm.
Like, she thought, this will be funny. Watch this little idiot. Like, watch what happens. And I think she did it to fuck with Raven more than anything.
Okay. Because maybe she wanted Raven, but then she's like, he got that fucking Asian whore. And that Asian wanted to fucking beat the shit out of fucking Missy Hyatt.
Oh, yeah. She didn't like, well, she called her a whore. So it's like, that's fair, I guess.
Raven kept on pushing her back. Like, don't, fuck it. We got this. Don't worry about it.
But then on top of that, Missy says Raven's got a low sperm count, talking about how he couldn't get Beulah pregnant or something. And then Raven, this made me pop because I didn't expect this response from him. It's like he just squares up and like gets the mic and he's like, I'm gonna beat your ass, bitch. He says it like that. Yeah. That's verbatim. I'm not exaggerating that at all.
So this is what I love about Raven, is that he'll be like this like serious guy, like sitting on the turnbuckle, and
he looks all disenfranchised and like depressed and everything.
Yeah, and he's like yelling at his fucking flock for being dummy and shit. And then he'll like talk, and he like how he's berating like Stevie and Meanie. It's like almost comedic, almost kind of like, if I had to do an example, is like when the Bloodline started getting a little bit face-ish with Sami Zayn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it felt with Raven here. And then he'll like turn it up to a fucking 11 with the serious, I'm gonna beat your ass, bitch, like gangsta style. And I'm like, holy fuck, this is like insane. I love it.
That made me sit up.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and then somebody else, Sandman comes back, and he hits everybody with a cane except Missy. He just made everybody run away.
Yeah.
He revived Blue Meanie with the cane, and then he ran away.
Is this the fastest ever that like a wrestler lost his side piece manager and gained a new side piece manager all in
I think
night?
So.
Yeah.
It has to be. I can't think of another. Maybe there's another one, but this one was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was so fucking quick. Like, these rolling segments, like I said, is like a concussed brain. CTE fucking segments.
But Missy looked all impressed with Sandman. She's like, I know you've been having career problems. Maybe you should let Mama nurture you. It's like, what?
Yeah, I was like, what? And I thought she was gonna like stroke his fucking kendo stick.
No, she just takes his cigarette and lights it up and smokes it, and then she takes his beer and drinks it.
Yeah.
Before letting him have both things.
It's kind of like they're, woman was like this, I don't know, stern, like ivory type of character, and then you have Missy, and then you have Missy Hyatt, who's like fucking Trish Stratus, but fucking can drink with the boys type of gal, essentially.
She's like, I was like, this is weird, but I think this is a better pairing.
Yeah, because they could play off of each other more than women could.
It's like when she started doing that stuff, I'm like, maybe this will work. I don't think it'll last long, but like,
yeah.
But Jesus, they had to like sandwich 4 different segments into some kind of giant segment chimera, and all that took 23 minutes.
So long.
But I'll give them props for variety, because instead of a modern WWE style segment where one segment lasts 20 minutes, they made like 4 different segments last 20 minutes.
You know what? I think that's why, when they first did the brand split with Bischoff and Paul Heyman, when Paul Heyman had SmackDown had pretty like rolling segments sometimes on SmackDown.
Yeah, they would have segments that did roll into each other. Maybe not to this extent. I don't remember it being like this. I mean, this is early in Paul Heyman's booking.
Yeah.
But I hate it when segments take forever and it's just about like one topic. It's like, did you really need 20 minutes to just get us to a point where somebody comes out and says, I hate this guy, and then he comes out and says, fuck you, I want to fight you, and then an authority figure comes out and says, well, let's make it official. Why did that take 20? It could have been done in like 10 or less.
I don't know. But it was interesting. I will give him that. But we move on to Ray Dudley with the Dudleys versus JT Smith.
Does JT Smith accurately represent your people?
New York? No.
Italians, New Yorks?
Oh.
New York Italians?
No. I like how he sold the head wrap with Hack. So.
That was, that was a good touch.
Mm-hmm.
This whole thing was like, they get in the ring and then JT tries to pay Bubba off. He gives him like $100, and he's like, "We don't need to wrestle." And then Joey Styles is like, "He's giving Italians everywhere a bad day. Yeah. We don't just try to pay people off all the time."
I laughed. I gotta admit, I laughed at this shit. I don't know why.
But then Big Dick orders him to wrestle JT.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, man. During that time, since, maybe these wrestlers are not getting paid by Paulie, that could have been $100 in fucking Bubba Ray's pocket.
By the way, if anybody doesn't know, Big Dick is one of the Dudleys. These are the weird Dudleys right now that nobody remembers. It's like Sign Guy Dudley, Dances with Dudley, Big Dick Dudley. And Bubba Ray is one of the Dudleys everybody recognizes.
Yeah, they soon they'll get some diversity hire into the brother.
Spike? Yeah.
Yeah, Spike.
JT hits like a low blow, which starts the match.
Mm-hmm.
He takes his $100 back, and he's like, ha. And he tries to shoot Bubba off, but Bubba just stops and does the Bubba bomb, and he pins him.
Yeah. So Bubba Ray Dudley is a stuttering retard that wins.
This isn't an exaggeration. That's literally like his gimmick. That's like what they're portraying on ECW TV right now.
Right.
He stutters.
He was Eugene before Eugene.
He kind of was, really.
Yeah. He
stutters. People want him to dance. He is kind of funny in this role. Because there was like a time where you didn't watch this, I did, but he did his own ring introduction one time, and it was like amazing. It was like Bruce Buffer level almost. And then when he went to say his name, he fucked it up because he started stuttering. And that was actually like really funny.
That's fucking great.
He couldn't finish it until Big Dick hit him in the back with his crutch, and that fixed his stutter.
And after he wins, he takes the $100 back. So in the end, he does get the 100.
He does.
Yeah. So, and as they're going to walk, the Dudleys like tell him go dance, and he does do they have a name for the dance, or he's Bubba is dancing? That's it.
I call it the truffle shuffle for him. Whatever.
Yeah. But yeah.
He's over.
Squash.
That was a squash, totally.
Yeah.
Like he did one move and beat him.
Yeah. Then we get Sabu versus Mr. Hughes. Oh, we've seen this guy before.
We've seen him a few times.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is the Undertaker thing that you're probably thinking about.
I just remembered it. Yeah, because Mr. Hughes stole Undertaker's urn, and he fought Undertaker and didn't totally job out and stuff. That's what he was referring to.
Yeah.
So wow, he's being complimentary to WWF wrestlers.
Because like you brought up Undertaker before, and I was like, how does Undertaker get shoehorned? And then I remember the feud. Remember when he used to put that like fucking reef, that black reef in every match?
Yeah, they had that little feud there, and then like he actually brought up the urn theft, like on the show. So
yeah,
that was cool though. Mr. Hughes was comma before comma. He just didn't melt the urn down into like a bling.
He was late to the party.
This was decent, I thought. I think this is probably the longest and best match I've seen Mr. Hughes have.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting because you know how I always shit on Sabu, like he's always doing his hardcore moves. It kind of fit with Mr. Hughes' fucking style of wrestling in a way. It was kind of like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. So, like, Mr. Hughes' whole thing is he's like this huge guy, and he can move pretty fast for a guy his size. But he's got a lot of power, and he's tough. It's like people try to do any kind of damage to him. Extended Universe Dudleys. Yeah, that's right, Andy. They're basically... I know that's the original Dudley team, but it's like nobody remembers them or talks about them. They talk about Bubba, Devon, and Spike.
Yep.
So,
and Molly when she's the fucking Spike's girlfriend.
And then Stacy when she was there for a minute.
Yeah.
But like so that Mr. Hughes is a big strong guy and he's tough. Sabu is crazy and he's fast. So it's like, yeah, that's peanut butter jelly. The big guy, little guy match. That's pretty easy dynamic to work. Sabu hit like a crazy dive out past the guardrail, which it's crazy because he just jumps out that far.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the guardrail, it's a lot more enclosed than like a regular arena, but it's still impressive when somebody does it. Because, they could, if they could just come up a little short, it's not going to end well.
Mm-hmm.
He also did a failed table spot where he landed in an awkward heap after missing Mr. Hughes, and he like bounced off the table because this isn't one of those fake Slim Jim tables. This is like a real old. This is a rec center table from like 1974, and it's not going to break. It's one of those.
Yeah.
But I've said before on this show, in more recent times, it's been revealed that Sabu planned botches in his matches.
That's insane, dude.
That still blows my mind. That because nobody else, as far as I'm aware, nobody else has thought on that level of putting their match together. Like, I'm going to botch here and here and here on purpose. I've never heard of that.
If you think about it, it kind of makes it feel real because, like, when you watch an actual street fight that happens, like, it's not like two professionals going at it. It kind of looks like two people humping a football when they're fighting.
And even when you see professional fighting, like if you watch like a cage fight, like a UFC fight or something, you see sometimes like a dude tries to go for something and he stumbles.
Yeah.
And he just gets his ass kicked or something.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, like when I learned Sabu planned botches on purpose, it's like he was playing 4D chess all of a sudden, and it made me like think about him completely differently. It
Like
totally changed how I thought about him.
Yeah.
But that was a cool spot there, even if it probably hurt, because it looked like it hurt. Hughes did a bunch of power moves, which were really cool. He has a great sidewalk slam.
Mm-hmm.
He gets tons of air and just puts him down on the mat. And then he did like a cool thing where I think Sabu tried to like do that thing where he like the whisper in the wind thing like Jeff Hardy does. It's the same move. It's just he does it too.
Yeah, the slingshot leg drop.
Instead of jumping off of his brother, because Sabu doesn't have a brother, his brother's the chair, I guess. So he jumps off the chair and he hits him. But Mr. Hughes caught him and then like ran and jumped over the chair and like power slammed him. That looks sick.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. But bottom line, Sabu was able to wear down Mr. Hughes because he missed like a top rope splash. And he was like trying to crush Sabu. But Sabu got up and he grabbed his brother, the chair, did a springboard leg lariat and hit Mr. Hughes in the face with that and pinned him for 3. But only barely because Mr. Hughes kicked out at 3. Which is a nice touch.
Yeah, it still makes him strong.
Yeah.
I surprisingly enjoyed that match.
What'd you score it?
I gave it a 7.4 out of 10.
I gave it a 6.9. You know what? I'm going to give it a 7.
There you go.
Talking about it, I realized it was better than what I initially thought a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I just like the mix of, like I said, peanut butter and jelly, and you can't go wrong with peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It's like Vader and Sting. It's not on that level. They're not having matches like Vader and Sting, but it's like a similar idea.
Yep. It's the same pace, essentially. Then we get into main event territory. The Sandman and Two Cold Scorpio versus the Gangsters. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, too, because I'm like, all right, well, I know this is going to be like a cluster match.
Yeah.
Because that's just what New Jack and Mustafa do, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
It was mildly entertaining, but
yeah,
you don't have a lot to say.
The only thing I kept on saying is New Jack is fucking awesome in wrestling. I've been like watching closely now with him, and I'm like, he does some psychology. That's actually pretty cool if you look at it. And also, he's very, very like essentially what he is, a gangster.
He's really animated. He has good, he has good in-ring psychology. He knows how to like get people to react to something.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing he did in that match was when he had that pull cue, and I think he hit Scorpio with it. I don't remember. I think he hit Scorpio with this pull cue, and then he like looked at everybody and was like, "Let's fucking go," or some shit. Like he was like emoting basically, and everybody was like, "Yes!" Like he got that whole arena to be like, "Let's go."
Yeah, it was kind of like the crowd went on New Jack's side for just a second.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if they hate the Gangsters because it's like they're so violent. So because they're so violent and it's that screwed up crowd, they're just gonna like them. So, but the only thing I wonder is, are the Gangsters ever going to win a match? Because so far, I think every time I've seen them have a match, they lose.
Yeah, but I mean, they're facing the Sandman, and I'm like, the Sandman's gonna win because he's like their face of the fucking Federation at the moment. Sadly.
Right now, yeah, it's him. And Too Cold's high up in the card, I guess. So sure. They've also been tag team champions before, so they're not like goobers. They're not nobodies in a tag team match. The finish was Sandman and New Jack were fighting out on the floor, and then like they ended up on the floor again. And then Scorpio came in the ring and he sprayed Mustafa in the face with like Joey Styles said it was hairspray. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And then he pinned him for 3 really quick. And I'm like, that finish kind of sucks, I guess. I mean, again, it's like one of those things where it's like you see everybody take a ton of punishment and some shitty thing beat them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe it's like an out. It's like, oh, well, he sprayed Mustafa with some bullshit and it protects him, I guess.
I don't know. This match was like very mid for me because like I liked some things, but this is all just a clusterfuck, and I get the ECW crowd would like this as a main event, but this is not a good main event.
Not after all the other stuff we saw.
Yeah. What'd you give this match?
I gave it a 5.4 out of 10.
I gave it a 5.1 out of 10. Like I said, it was like meh.
It's like New Jack, and I like Too Cold Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of like Mustafa. I like how in these clusterfuck matches, Mustafa's the one that does more of the wrestling in it. It's like New Jack's just beating somebody's ass or he's brawling, and then Mustafa's like doing body slam, spine buster, drop kick, leg drop.
New Jack continues to attack Sandman. So Scorpio fights off the gangsters with a cane. They leave, and Scorpio revives Sandman with a cigarette and a beer. Like it's fucking video game. Like that's his health bar. Like giving him a stim pack, essentially.
You gotta restore his health. It's like when Snake smokes the cigar or the cigarette, he reduces his stress.
Yeah. Then Scorpio gets a mic and tells Sandman to dance.
And he does.
He does the cabbage patch and then hugs Scorpio.
They have a bro hug.
And it's a feel-good moment, essentially, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. So, watching this concussed show, I thought it was pretty good.
It was all right. It was a pretty decent show. I mean, yeah, there was. I could have done without the multifaceted mega segment. I think it would have been better to break that up into smaller. You can have like a rolling segment where it leads into another segment, and leave it at that. It doesn't have to be segment. That's too much.
Yeah.
It's cool that Bam Bam showed up. That was a surprise. Now I know that there's this thing where Paul Heyman gets to a point with his booking where he's like, he backs himself into a corner where he believes that he always has to have a surprise, or like those fans are going to get mad at him or be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a start of a pattern that he can't get out of.
Wow.
Where he tries to come up with something, some kind of, oh my God, somebody's here. We have to have a surprise. But right now it's okay.
Yeah. So what'd you give this show?
6.4.
Oh, we're ballpark. I gave it a 6.6 out of 10.
Oh, you liked it a little more than me.
I did. I popped for Ray. I popped for Bam Bam. I thought the Eliminators versus Cactus and Mikey Whipwreck, even though I fucking don't like sometimes Mikey Whipwreck, it was a decent match. The long segment was kind of weird, but I guess it works for the ECW crowd. My favorite match, Sabu versus Mr. Hughes, is good. And then it ended with that weirdness at the end, and I was like, oh, okay.
That was the best match of the card, basically. Yeah, Mr. Hughes and Sabu.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a great. Again, ECW seems like they're getting it, essentially, production wise and booking. But like you said, booking gets kind of weird at times in ECW, which we'll know. But it's starting to gain traction. It seems like with the public crowd as well.
I feel like the shows are a lot better compared to like what we watched before. It's like I saw it was improving last year in '95.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the summer, like in the late spring and going into the summer, I felt like they were starting to hit on some things more.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got into the fall, or I got into the fall and going into the winter, it felt like, okay, they're getting to a point where stuff's starting to click now, where they're getting more consistent. Their shows are being like more consistently good or decent versus like just being awful shit shows.
Mm-hmm. And I see they're slowly getting away from the whole, Joey Styles zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, tilt camera type.
They still did one of them here.
Yeah, they did one of them. That annoys the fuck out of me, but that's the 90s. But we're moving along. We're back to the Monday Night Wars. It is WCW Monday Night Nitro, February 5th, 1996.
We got our Three Stooges on commentary.
Yep. Eric Bischoff, Mongo, and Bobby Heenan.
And I don't know what Pepe's supposed to be dressed as. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Raggedy Ann. I don't know if it's Wendy's, like the Wendy's fast food logo.
I didn't think of Raggedy Ann, but yeah, now that you say that. But then I'm like, I thought Pepe was a boy dog. So I'm like confused. Is he cross-dressing Pepe or is Pepe a girl?
First trans dog.
We're getting Sting and Luger versus Road Warriors tonight. So it's like, okay, cool. That could be cool.
It could be cool. Is it cool? Maybe cool. We'll get there. For some strange reason, they are doing Raw type of booking where they have a title match. Was this was a title match, right?
I don't think it was.
What did I write? Oh, maybe I wrote. Never mind. I wrote Randy Savage, world champ. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, because like I was watching for that. I'm like, is this a title match? And they weren't saying it was the whole time I watched it. So I think no, it's not.
Yeah. But either way, I'm like, this is kind of like should be a main event type of thing going on, but whatever.
I think, but I don't think Benoit's far enough up the card yet. He's still like pretty new, I guess.
Okay.
And it's like, remember how before he was like the missing horseman, where they kept saying he's in the Four Horsemen, but he was never on any of the TV we were watching.
Yeah, he was like gone. There was like only 3 out of the 4 Horsemen every night almost.
He's only just come back to TV for like a month.
Yeah.
Elizabeth and Woman's with Savage.
Mm-hmm.
But they lock up, and then they can't get advantage over one another until Benoit just throws Savage out of the ring. And then after that, he's basically in control. He's like chopping him, beating him down, gets some heat. Benoit hits a body slam, and he goes for like the top rope headbutt. And he gets 2. This didn't happen really fast. It's just he'd been getting heat on him for a while. And there's nothing to talk about. He's just like punishing him basically.
Mm-hmm.
He's just hitting him and stuff. Benoit keeps doing this punishing stuff until Savage starts coming back a little bit. He throws Benoit to the ring post outside, and he hits a clothesline in the ring. And they're both down for a little bit. And Benoit backdrops Savage out of the ring. And then he goes for a suicide dive, and he misses. And it looks like he hits the foot of the security railing where he landed, but I don't think he really did. I think he worked it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're like, oh my, it looked bad. I mean, like, it looked bad in a good way. Like, oh my God, he almost killed himself.
Yeah.
But I think it was controlled. Savage rolls Benoit back in, and he hits the top rope elbow drop on the back of his head or something. And then you think, oh, he's got him. It's over. And then he's going to get the pin, and then Ric Flair starts stalking Elizabeth out by the ringside.
Mm-hmm.
This gets his attention, and then Savage rolls out, and he's trying to like stop him, but like Woman's walking behind him, and then you're like, here it comes.
Yep.
And then she starts choking him out with like a wire or something. I don't know what she had, like a garrote wire.
She's like a hitman.
Yeah, and then there's the bell rings because she's choking Savage.
Yeah. And I think Uncle Eric was like, say, it's Elizabeth. And then like something either Bobby or Mongo's like, no, that's woman.
See, women all look the same to him.
Yeah.
But, I thought that match was okay until it ended. I mean, we saw how it was going to end. It's just it didn't end that way, and it ended in a DQ.
WCW has this thing where it's like, we're gonna have a match, but then we're gonna do like this side story thing that's gonna happen, and it's like DQ, and it kind of gets lame at times.
They kind of over rely on it too much. They do it here in this show a lot.
Yep.
So for example, but I gave this a 6 because it was like I liked the psychology, the story they were telling, and then it's just like it was fine. He could have pinned him, but they didn't want to do that, so it is what it is.
Yeah. I give it a 5.7. I thought it was okay. I don't like the goofiness of like the not goofy. I shouldn't say that. The whole DQ section. I was like, I want more of this match, but I kind of know why they're doing it because they wanted to do this angle. Essentially, it was a big old angle match. Essentially,
There's a match set up an angle. This is a rolling segment.
yeah, a rolling angle.
Can angles roll?
Maybe
They're sharp though.
X Kurt Angle. And then as Savage is getting beat up, and then like fucking Hogan comes in with the chair, and then he does the Hogan shots where it's
He
like,
does the shitty shots again. After I complimented him about his last chair shots, he comes in and does really bad ones again.
Mm. And then the Giant shows up and attacks Hogan. And literally they start like fucking beating the shit out of Hogan and cut him open. And Uncle Eric is like, oh, don't look at it. Get that camera off of Hogan. Because I guess essentially it's still a family friendly fucking wrestling.
What I think you're combining attack segments here.
Am I?
Yeah, because that happens later. Because Hogan is back out again later.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry.
No, wait. I'm sorry. You're right. It just because this is why I said that because it almost feels like two different segments.
Yeah.
It's weird. So like, Hogan saves Savage from getting his ass kicked, and then like Mean Gene's trying to warn him because Flair ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Hulk's not listening though, and he's saying something to Elizabeth, who clearly sees that Ric Flair is behind him. There's no way she can't see it.
Dude, yeah, that's what pissed me off. Like, I get it, but Mean Gene should have been like, yo, fuck, turn around. He's right behind you.
Look, if Hulk Hogan was still on the gas, I could buy that maybe she couldn't see Ric Flair behind him. but he's not. He's slimmed down. Because it's like, look at Hogan from like 1984 or 1985 and look at Hogan now. It's like,
Totally
there's a pretty big size difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, Flair gets him, and then she's like, "Oh my God, no!" Oh, he's scared. And then the Giant comes out and attacks him with a chair, and then Savage comes back after getting his ass kicked and saves him. So Hogan saved him first, and then Savage saved him just minutes after that happened.
Yeah.
I think that's
you're right.
Confusing.
I think the bloody part is later. This is more of Macho Man comes to save Hogan because he like leaps and takes the chair.
This was the bloody part, I think, because
I got let me
make sure. Sorry, it's just like this feels like a cluster here, the way it happened.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was it because he's not on TV anymore the rest of the night.
Oh yeah, that's right, because they were gassing up this fucking like Hogan's gonna fight, and then they were like, I don't know, his cut that he got last week, he might not be able to do that, and then he got attacked here and he started bleeding. All right,
and he held his eye, brother. Yeah, and then he was gone, and then I was like, oh, are we gonna see is Hogan? We're gonna get constant updates from him being at the hospital, and then like he's gonna walk back, and he's.
Yeah, I was worried about that, but I kind of like that.
They didn't do it this time.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So after Hogan gets carted away, because it's funny because Macho Man got carted away essentially with the, the health team, and then he came back, and then Hogan's being taken away, and then we have another fucking Mean Gene interview happening, and Macho Man turns to fucking Elizabeth. He's like, "Why didn't you warn him?"
Why didn't she warn him though?
Yeah.
And then he tried to stick up for her. No, she did. I saw it. She tried. I'm like, nah. She didn't do anything.
That's why I think I Mandela effect. I was like, wait, is Elizabeth gonna also turn on fucking Macho Man? But we already discussed that was a past thing.
That's later.
Yeah.
That happens later.
Later.
Basically, this is supposed to build up for the cage matches they're having. Macho Man's going to have a cage match with Ric Flair at Super Brawl, and Hogan's going to have a cage match with the Giant at Super Brawl.
Fuck, that pisses me off, dude. Like, it should be a main event. Fucking Macho Man and Ric Flair steel cage. There shouldn't be like, Hogan also has to have a steel cage.
Oh, you'd prefer if they had a tag match in a steel cage?
No, I just fucking Hogan and Giant don't need to have a other steel cage match. Just let them
okay.
Yeah.
So I would say I agree with you. If you're going to have a steel cage match, just let Savage and Flair do it. But it's like if they want to shoehorn Hogan and Giant in, just do a cage match instead. Or a tag team cage match instead and have them both in it.
That's true.
And it would maybe be a little better. It'd be more palatable. I don't want to watch Hogan and the Giant have a cage match because I'm afraid it'll suck because Giant's just not that good yet.
Yeah.
Because Hogan still has to lay there and tell him how to do things.
And it's going to be awkward with them in there as well because Hogan's going to fucking call the match and it's just going to look robotic.
Elbow drop, brother.
Yeah.
It's just like laying there telling him what to do.
I'm going to Hulk up, brother.
Hulk up.
All right.
Hugh Morris and the Taskmaster versus Brian Pillman and Arn Anderson. This was weird.
Yes.
And I didn't research this yet. Did you research it?
I didn't research any of it.
Okay. So there's not a lot to say about the match itself because, I mean, it goes on for a little bit, but it's like it was just okay until this thing happened.
Yeah.
Which was when Kevin Sullivan finally got in the ring because, like, basically Arn and Brian just beat up on Hugh Morris for a while. And then he finally was able to tag Kevin Sullivan in. And when that happened, Brian was in the ring. And when they started mixing it up, it felt like it was a shoot.
Yeah.
Because it looked like they were really fighting, like they were going to have a fight. And then Pillman was like not selling some of his offense, and so was Kevin. Like he was like hitting with shit, and it wasn't like they were selling.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Arn was fighting Morris near the stage, and then somebody hit him in the back of the head with a broom, and the stick broke. Like we see that happening elsewhere. And then like I'm not glad we're gonna go back to it, but it's like we come back and like Jimmy Hart runs out and he gives Kevin a belt, like a fucking dress belt.
Yeah.
And he whips Pillman a few times with it. And the bell rings. I mean, it was DQ because he hit him with a foreign object.
Yeah.
Pillman quickly rolled out of the ring and walked off looking like he was pissed.
So I wonder.
That was it.
So I wonder if it was real.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't know because I can't remember what anybody has said about this before, like this particular instance. Like I remember the Super Brawl match. That's what everybody remembers. I respect you, Booker Man. And that's like his last match in the company. So
Bishop kind of like adds to the work if it is a work. because he seems like it's not part of the script. Essentially, there was like
Yeah,
one part where Pillman was like on top and he was like landing some punches in there, and
yeah.
he felt like concerned when he was calling the match. It kind of felt real. So like that's I don't think we'll ever know unless someone speaks about it. I guess, but
I'll have to see if Kevin ever said anything about this,
yeah.
or anybody else that was like there at the time that talked about it. But also, he was saying like, "Don't shoot him." Like he was telling the camera guys not to shoot him as he was walking back or something.
Yeah, because they didn't shoot Pillman, but also like Kevin Sullivan started saying something and it cut him off.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. It felt like it turned to a shoot for like a couple minutes.
Yeah,
And then like the match was over. And it didn't
I didn't
end, I
even
don't
rate
think, the
it.
way it was supposed to.
I didn't rate this. I just wrote weird and cool at the same
Shoot.
time. Yeah,
I gave it a 5.5 because it was a match. It's just that it broke down and then
yeah.
didn't culminate correctly, I think. But Arn Anderson jobbed to a broomstick. And then that gets elaborated on because I'm like, the way that they shot this was they were fighting near the stage area, not the entrance where you see like the Nitro stage and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They were like over off to the side where they have like those black curtains and stuff. And you literally see a hand hit him in the back of the head with like a broomstick. Like it's out of a cartoon or like an old movie or something. You don't see whose hand it is. And I'm like, was it Jimmy Hart or something? Who did that?
He like bonked him.
He got bonked. And the next match is Ric Flair with Woman versus Marcus Alexander Bagwell, 1992 WCW Rookie of the Year.
American males.
American males. They were trying to show like girls in the crowd, like they were like, "Oh my God, both Bagwell," but it didn't even look like they were particularly interested in.
Oh shit! I was actually researching the broom wielder. It's fucking Paul Orndorff.
That's what I was getting ready to tell you because they do reveal it.
Yeah,
you might have missed it maybe, but like while the entrances are going on, Paul Orndorff approaches the commentary desk and he makes a comment. He says something about Arn Anderson got swept off his feet and he walked away. And then the guys there are like, so he was the one with the broom? And I think Bobby was like, I guess so. Like it was kind of just like kind of offhand.
That's genius, actually, because like it's still a story that like the Four Horsemen fucking killed his career, and then he had that Florida senior citizen fucking dementia like promo.
He had a CTE promo.
Yeah.
Just...
And then he shows up here and he's a mysterious broom assassin.
If you paid close enough attention, you look at the sweatshirt he was wearing, you could tell it was him.
Yeah.
Or if they were really smart, if they were really like playing 4D chess, it would have been just like the sweatshirt somebody else was wearing. And it wasn't him. And it's all like a crazy plot. But no, they weren't playing 4D chess. It was just 3D.
No, it's just a hit. It's just a hit job, man.
A hitman attack with a broom.
See, that's what the Hitman game needs to be. Just instead of Agent 47, you're fucking Paul Orndorff with a fucking neck brace and a fucking broomstick. And...
He's got like a halo on, and he's like killing people with like ordinary objects.
Yeah.
Somebody make that a mod. We come back from this commercial though before the match starts, and apparently Randy Savage took Hulk Hogan to a hospital. And we're going to receive updates through the rest of the broadcast. And that's when I was like, is Hogan just going to come back to the building and save everybody from the hospital?
He's going to walk all the way from the hospital.
His little buddy, Randall Savage, is going to get beat up again, and he has to save him. Anyway, they have a decent little back-and-forth match Flair and Bagwell do.
Yeah.
And then Flair he puts the figure 4 on Bagwell and he submits him. There's not a lot to say because it's like it's not that it wasn't any good or any. It's just that they had what I'll call a basic match. It's not an insult. Sometimes you can just have a match that's just basic and it's fine and it just works.
I feel like Ric Flair is Ric Flair in booking territory at this time.
I don't think he is. I don't think he hadn't booked since the early 90s, like 90, 91 stuff.
I wonder if he was like, "Hey kid, let's have a quick match before the main event, brother, and I'll give you some offense where you could do your high, flips and stuff and do some suplex on me, and then I'm just gonna fucking beat you down and put you in a figure 4 and we'll go home, brother." And,
okay, brother.
Yep. That's how it felt. Very mid match, and I was like, I liked it. It was like comfort food. It was almost like, wait a second, I've been talking about food, peanut butter and jelly, now comfort food. What is this? Mashed potatoes?
This is mashed potatoes with a little bit of butter.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good mix.
But when he's got Bagwell in the figure 4, he knocks the ref out because he's trying to pull Flair off of him and he doesn't want to let go. So Macho Man comes out. He came all the way back from the hospital to get revenge on Flair again, and he ran him off.
I want to bring this up. As a kid, I always thought every wrestling show was like within a block of a hospital.
It was strategic. They knew, like, oh man, people are gonna get fucked up. See, that's why they build these arenas so close to hospitals, because there's like sporting events or concerts or something, and people are like falling off the rafters and stuff, or pyro goes off and somebody's burned alive, or a hockey player gets his ass beat and he has to go to the hospital, something.
Yeah. But yeah, he comes back and goes after Flair because fuck Flair is what he's thinking. You beat up my friend.
He also beat up his dad. He never forgot about that. I gave this a 6.
Yeah, I gave it 6.1 out of 10.
The Bagwell curve.
The Marcus Alexander Bagwell Rookie of the Year 1992. I think I said that right. I don't know.
Yep, you said it.
Yep. Main event time, which is WCW World Tag Titles. Sting and Lex Luger versus What a Rush, the Ward Warriors.
Or the Legion of Doom if you're weird Vince McMahon.
I mean, Bobby Heenan brought up the Legion of Doom during this.
They did, and then like they also made reference to it in the promo after this match. So it's fine. I like the Road Warriors better.
Yeah. It also mixes well with the Mad Max movie, which is cool. So I like how the evolution of Gullible Sting is now, because Gullible Sting thinks that your your friend that turned heel is still a good guy. So I think he's finally turning good again. And then Sting is like, "Oh no, I got betrayed multiple times." Now is, "Hey, my heel friend is good? Question mark? We're tag champions? Question mark? Are we doing it the legit way?" And like every match, he's like, "Huh? How did we win?
How did we win?"
Yeah.
This is what gets me. Does Sting just not watch the show ever?
I guess it's kind of like when actors like do their job, they never watch their movie until like a fucking 25 years later.
I never watch anything I do. Yeah. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
He's the Daniel Day-Lewis of wrestling. There it is.
Method wrestling.
Method wrestler. Sting's method. He's like pretending to be an idiot, like to the hilt.
That's what kind of bothers me a little bit about Sting sometimes, is like Sting is awesome. He's fucking like great. And then he does like these, we talked about it before, like faces are always doing stupid shit. Like they'll hear music and they'll be like, huh? Where
Somebody's
are they?
coming. Yeah, they have to like look for him, and then where is he? And then they get bombed from behind. Somebody gets him or something.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah. And that's how I feel with Sting right now, where he's like, huh? How did we win? And then Luger's like, we did it, brother. He's like, yeah. And then he like gets excited like a kid. I'm like,
I'll give them credit here because they still make it plausible that he could miss what happened.
yeah.
But he'll see things in a match that are questionable. Like when he saw that Luger blatantly dropped the rope and then it caused Animal to like flip outside like hard, which is that's a heel move that tag teams do where they drop the top rope so the guy takes a hard fall out on the floor.
Yeah.
Because Sting's like, he saw it, he's like, what are you doing? And Luger's like, we got him. And then Sting's just like, and he just tagged him, and he's like, he's not happy about it.
He's like being a douche about it. Like it's kind of like, I'm not calling Sting a nerd, but I am.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, like Lex Luger is like this like bully type of anti-hero character type person, and then you have Sting who's like, I'm a good guy, goody two good shoes and all that stuff.
I'm a good Stinger.
Yeah. And then like the bully guy's like, we're gonna win, and like he's like, why did you do that? That's a bad thing to do. And then Lex Luger's like, it's okay.
It's okay winning.
Yeah.
Because remember, Lex Luger was a horseman. That seems like something a horseman would do.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sting was in the Horseman for like a minute until he got betrayed that time.
Yeah.
Anyways, I wrote a little bit more about this match because I was like kind of excited for it. Oh man, it's Road Warrior, Sting and Luger. This could be cool.
Yeah.
They lock up. Sting and Animal start the match off. And then Animal's like overpowering Sting pretty handily. And I'm like, okay, so we're establishing who's the stronger team here. It's the Road Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And then because Luger gets in there too, and he kind of, I wouldn't say he gets overpowered, but he does get out muscled a couple times. Animal is like, he hits like a reverse suplex, and then Sting's like, fuck you. And he kicks him in the gut, does a big running face crusher, which was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Top rope clothesline. Sting gets Luger in there, but Animal tags Hawk. And then Luger hits a pile driver on Hawk. Like, that's the first move he tries to do. He's like, fuck this, I'm going to end it now. Pile driver. And then Hawk stands up and no-sells it. And then he clotheslines Luger. And I'm like, I know I complain about no-selling, but I'm going to say, you know what? It's okay. Because it was literally the first move that was done on him.
That, and also, I don't know, there's like, I guess, see, I'm kind of being a hypocrite because I kind of say that for Hogan. I'm like, back then, that's what the crowd popped for and like thought about that it was okay, is like they'll Hulk up or no sell certain moves and stuff. And like, yeah, he kind of did that, but this was kind of cool. I don't know, seeing Luger like do a you know, like when you're playing Street Fighter and you like do a surprise ultra and you fuck it up, it's essentially like that, where it's like, I'm gonna use my super, but I know this guy's gonna get out of it somehow, and he did.
Sting does that too sometimes. Sometimes he no-sells things.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll just get up. And it's like, for some reason, it's just, I think it's more palatable when those guys do it because it's not as like, you don't see it coming. It's not predictable like the Hulk up. And I remember I told you early in Hogan's run, he didn't do that. That wasn't a thing yet.
I kind of wonder if it's like a badge of honor that you earn, essentially, where like you can't do the Hulk up type of comeback until you get to a certain point, and then you graduate into that, essentially making you like the next level, the legend type of character or something.
I think it depends on the booker and what they want you to do. Because it's like, in the case of the Road Warriors, I think probably from the word go, when like they went to WCW, they went to like Jim Crockett Promotions and Dusty was there. He was like, I want you guys, when people do big moves to you, sometimes you just don't sell it. And then because it looks, oh my God, he hit him with this thing and he had no effect, and then he levels you. Like, it's crazy. Because the way they do it is it's out of nowhere. You don't expect it. I didn't expect that Luger was just going to power drive, but it had no effect. There was nothing to tip me off that was going to happen.
Yeah. Luger was like, I'm ending this right now.
he's like, what? And then he just got clotheslined. And it's also, by the way, tangent. It's not like when you see sequence wrestling now. This is like what I call it, where like guys do like these long chains of like moves, where it's like they reverse each other a bunch and they can't hit each other, and then somebody does like, I do a German suplex, and then you land on the back of your fucking head. And you should like be dead, but then that dude gets up and he goes, ah! Like he powers up like DBZ style, and then he hits the guy with something.
Yeah.
And then he collapses. I'm like, that's lame. I know why they do it. It's like this weird fighting spirit bullshit from Japan, and it's like not the same.
And it's also comic booky, essentially.
Yeah, wrestling is kind of comic booky, but sometimes you got to be careful. You have to be judicious about how you do the no-sell.
Yeah.
It's like Undertaker. Like, you kind of know Undertaker's going to no-sell something at some point, but it's random, like when it happens. It could be at any point.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, let's see. Luger tagged out after that happened because he didn't want any more of that. And then Sting went in there and was like, okay, and he does a stagger splash. He tries to do the Scorpion Deathlock, but Animal breaks it up. It's like, okay, that's tag team wrestling. That's fair. And Animal gets back in there and Sting shoots him off, and then Luger pulled the rope down, causing the fall. And that's when that whole thing happened, where Sting was like, I don't like this. Tag. Luger hits power slam. They've been controlling Animal for a while after this. And he's like, it looks like he's got the match, like he could win. And then Animal does like a big back suplex out of nowhere, and he gets a 2. So then Luger goes back after Animal's been selling his back, and he gets Sting, and Sting tries to help him, but Hawk like runs in and knocks Sting out of the ring, and they're fighting outside on the floor now. Luger suplexes Animal, and then he no-sells it. And Luger's like, huh? And then like Jimmy Hart shows up, and he has like a plate or something. He has like a big red metal plate.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. It was like a Lego piece.
Something, but like he like got knocked off the apron, and like you heard the plate hit the steps, and it made like this big clang sound.
That could have been done on purpose to show how real it is.
I think so. It could have been strategic. If not, it was a happy accident. But then Luger, like, he grabs it because Jimmy Hart's like fucking with Animal, and he doesn't see what's happening. And then he hits Animal in the back with the plate, because Animal's been selling his back. They've been talking about how his back was messed up before.
Yeah, I thought that was like weird when I saw it. I was like, why didn't he just go for the head to knock him out and then get the victory? And then like they brought up Meat and Gene brings up the back injury thing.
Because Luger wants to cripple him so he doesn't ever have to wrestle him again.
Yeah.
He's afraid of anybody that's stronger than him. But he got the three count, obviously. That was the finish. And then Sting was like, we won? And Luger's like, yeah, we won. And he's like, he just looks kind of perturbed. Like, he's like, okay, I guess. He's not sure if he's happy or not.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get this match?
I gave it a 6.3. I thought it was pretty entertaining. It's building for like a rematch or something.
I gave it the Luger curve, 6.6 out of 10.
Nice. You like the Luger, the douchey tag team partner shit. It's kind of interesting, actually.
It fits him. All that like, MK Ultra promos, like, it's kind of like he's like, I didn't want to be that. This is the real me, a douchey fucking friend.
The real Lex Luger is kind of a douche.
Yeah. Yeah. Until he meets God.
Until he met God.
Yeah.
Sting just looks confused, and then they leave. And then Mean Gene is in the ring with the Road Warriors, and he's trying to say something, but then Hawk just grabs the mic, grabs him, and says, I want like, we want a match with the winner of Sting and Luger versus Harlem Heat. And then Animal's like, he basically reiterates that. And I think
Yeah,
Gene, he asked him
was
about his
weird.
back again. Yeah, he just like repeated what Hawk said, basically.
Yeah.
And then Gene's like, how's your back? He's like, my back's fine. Don't worry about it. He just downplays it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hawk takes back over and says that we're going extreme now. You don't want that, but now you got it. I'm like, are they going to show up in ECW? Is that what they're talking about? No. In that team, Hawk was usually the guy that did more of the talking than Animal.
Yeah.
So that could be a little bit of that there, like where you see that, where it's like Hawk was like, or Animal was like, yeah, and he just repeated what he said.
Do they break up the Road Warriors?
They've never been, well, no, WWF did that in that really shitty angle in the Attitude Era. You know what I'm talking about? Where it was like, Hawk's drunk. He's going to jump off the Titantron and all that stupid shit.
Yeah, I remember that. God,
So,
I can't wait to make fun of that shit when we get there.
So they made them break up there because it was a stupid storyline. But like outside of that, I don't think they ever did a breakup story. It's just if they broke up, it was off screen.
Mm-hmm.
It was some like they did do that for they weren't agreeing with each other for a while, and they're like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go to Japan." And Animal's like, "Fuck you, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going home." that was that.
Yeah. So what do you think of this show?
It was okay. I think maybe it was a little bit too angle heavy, but it is what it is because we still have like these shorter shows right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the full length yet that we know them for. So it feels like sometimes, like WWF especially, it's like sometimes they try to pack in as much as they can in like rapid fire time.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get those shows where it's like dragging. And then in this case, they get a little bit of extra time because if you notice, Nitro is starting to be a little bit longer. Like it was 55 minutes this time.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like they're trying to build Super Brawl as quickly as they can right now because I will say this. I don't think they've done too good of a job building it.
No.
Because
I don't know what the feud is besides the Hogan angle.
The pervading feud that's been going on for like the last fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
It's basically. And it's literally it's next in our programming lineup. Super Brawl is.
Mm-hmm.
So this is them. Hurry up! We got to build Super Brawl. This is the last one. This is Go Home.
This is Go Home show. Wow.
It's kind of bad.
Yeah, it's not really good.
I gave it a 5.8 because there was things about it I did like, but like all the angles and some of this other stuff was just kind of like not hitting right. So.
Yeah, actually, I'm changing my score because I was at a 6.4 for the show. I was like, it was like mid, but still had some entertaining stuff going on. But yeah, I guess if I didn't have that angle of you telling me about this is the Go Home show, like, yeah, that would probably be my score. But since knowing now this is the Go Home show and we're going straight into a pay-per-view, essentially, this is not a good build at all. This is like, hurry up, fuck.
Oh, yeah, we got a pay-per-view. I mean, the last Nitro we saw, I think, or it was the Clash of Champions, whatever, they were talking about Super Brawl, but that's all they were doing, really, was talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, Super Brawl is going to happen. And it's like, well, what's going to happen at Super Brawl? They didn't tell us anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we are.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to give it a 5.9 out of 10.
I gave it a 5. Yeah, I knocked mine down to 5.7 because I actually didn't realize until we were just talking about it, and I brought it up. This is the Go Home show. Oh, damn, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It got a 2.9 TV rating, too, by the way.
Interesting.
So they're still kind of high right now for the rating.
Yeah. I guess we'll see next week what the numbers are. We move on to the other brand, WWF Monday Night Raw, same day. They're in Stockton, California, and your host is Vinnie Mac and Jerry Lawler.
Vince McMahon Jr. He hates being called that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he hated when people call him Junior and shit.
It's Vince McMahon, damn it.
Damn it, I'm my old man.
Yeah. So, you hear the Shawn Michaels theme song happening, and Shawn Michaels comes out. You see, I like how they got that side angle of the entrance where the two girls are dancing while Shawn Michaels come out. I was like, that's a cool shot. Shows that the girls like Shawn Michaels, even though they chanted gay at him.
That's when there's a lot of guys in the crowd.
Yeah.
Shawn's gay.
Yeah.
Now he's a babyface, so he's not gay anymore, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's getting cheered, I mean, like he's over.
He's still wearing a gay gear.
He's doing it. It's part of his gimmick.
I know.
Part of his gimmick is to look kind of. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not gay, actually.
Male stripper and
He's
pearl.
a male stripper, Chippendales, vaguely Metro guy. Yeah. That's him. But they're not wasting any time on this one. It's like they start telling us everything like about the show, and Yokozuna and Bulldog are already in the ring.
Yep.
So I miss those days. I miss when the show would just open and then like this shit's happening right now. Like there's urgency. Like let's go.
Come on, let's get this match fucking going.
Not take 20 minutes to spell out how we're going to end up in the main event tonight. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Guess what? The main event for tonight was made last week, and there wasn't some 20-minute segment to explain it. Mm-hmm. Doc Hendricks or somebody just said, Undertaker's going to fight Bret Hart for the WWF title next week. And that's it.
Yep.
That was it. So yeah, it's Yoko and Bulldog with Jim Cornette versus two dudes with attitudes, Shawn and Diesel.
Yep. And remember, this was advertised last week.
This was too, yeah.
Yeah, so
they didn't have to set this up with a 20-minute segment either.
Yeah, this is a continuation. This is a rolling show segment.
This is a rolling show.
Yeah.
This is like one of those faster paced Raws they've had lately. Michaels and Bulldog start out. I like what Shawn's been doing lately, where he's doing things with the crowd before the match starts.
Mm-hmm.
It's old school kind of stuff, but it still works, as you can see.
Yep.
He does. Crowd. They do double bicep poses. Shawn does a double bicep, and they go, yeah. And then like Bulldog does a bicep, and his is more impressive, obviously, but they boo him.
Yeah.
And then Shawn does it again, and they're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then they do and then Bulldog shoots Shawn off, I think Shawn shot Bulldog off actually, and then Bulldog hits him with a shoulder tackle, and he flies out of the fucking ring. It's like that time Hogan shoulder tackled him, and Shawn went all the way out the ring and did like a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Except you believed it this time.
Yeah.
They do this fun little sequence where both guys try to do moves but stop each other with eye rakes. It's like Shawn was trying to do something, and then Bulldog was like not letting him do it, and then he just poked him in the eye real fast, and then did that backflip thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bulldog picked him up, or he eye raked him after that, and then picked him up for like a press slam, and then Shawn raked his eyes again. It was just a bunch of cheating.
Yeah.
And then Vince was like, "Oh, it looks like they're taking pages out of the Jerry Lawler playbook." He's like, "What? No." Bulldog got thrown out by HBK clotheslining him. He clotheslined him out of the ring, and then Yoko gets in there and starts beating him down until Diesel comes in to save his little buddy. But he fights him a little bit, and then Yoko tried to throw Shawn at Diesel, but he caught him, and then he just threw him back at him. It's funny.
Yeah.
They regroup outside, and we go to like a commercial. I think, and then Diesel's like out brawling Yoko, but Yoko hits like a Samoan drop, which like, God, it looked like it'd kill you.
Yeah.
He goes for like the big elbow drop, but he misses. I want to see him hit that elbow drop one time.
Me too.
He's always done. That's like one of his heel moves he does where he misses it.
Well, maybe soon he's going to be hitting it because something.
Maybe he will.
Mm-hmm.
But Diesel tags HBK in because Yokozuna almost killed him, and and then Yokozuna throws Sean out like he's like a piece of garbage.
Yeah, I actually like that they are going away from Yoko being this fucking fat slob that just fucking falls out of a ring. Now he's like actually wrestling now, and he has like strength. Essentially, his strength is back.
It's been subtle, yeah, but I think it helps that he's in there with Sean, and Sean will bump like a pinball machine, you know.
Yep.
If he wants to work with you. Bulldog like runs Sean to the steps out there and rolls him back inside, and then the heels cut him off, and they're just getting heat, and we go to like commercial.
Did you see that one fan that looked like he wanted to kill Bulldog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a few instances where they were getting mad that they were beating him up.
Fuck you, man, bully.
There's like the whole front row. There was a part after this, after they come back from commercial, where like Bulldog's beating down Sean, and like the front row is like mad. You can see it. Which is just like that goes back to what we were talking about, where it's like, yeah, nobody today really even like tries to play along with the heels. They're like, yeah, screw you, like they're laughing while they're telling them off or something.
Yeah, I hate when they do that.
It's like, dude, at least play along, at least boo them, or you suck, boo, like right at their face. Don't laugh. Be like, we're part of the show.
Or they'll do like the selfie thing where they go like, and they like doing that. I'm like, dude, fuck off.
Yeah, like Kevin Owens tried to like kill Cody Rhodes just now, and you're like taking a selfie with him, something like that. We're back, and Yoko is like hammering Sean like he's like a fucked up nail, and you can't get that thing to like go in. Then he does the Asiatic nerve hold, which always gets a bonus point for me.
I popped,
especially Sean was selling it. He looked like, and then you know if you actually take your trapezius and you like grab it like that, it does kind of hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So hey, it's legit. Bulldog comes in, kitchen sink, and he slams Sean down on the mat by his hair. That's like when the front row got mad at him.
Yeah. Not the head.
HBK is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yoko does a body slam, and then he goes for like a big splash, but he misses. And then it's fun. He like Yoko got back up, and he was like, "Oh!" and he fell back down. This gives Sean the time to tag Diesel. I like that Sean jumped off of Yokozuna to tag him. Diesel comes in, he's cleaning house. And this is what I was talking about earlier. It's like, why do you tag in the guy that got his ass kicked the whole time? He tags Sean in after he does like 4 moves. And then, Sean hits his move, though. He does a splash off the top of Diesel's shoulders, which is pretty cool. It's high. Because Diesel, like, you know, he's like a foot taller or something than like the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
But he pins Yokozuna and Bulldog goes to break it up. He does a leg drop, but Sean's like, oh shit, he gets out of the way. Yoko ate a leg drop. He gets up in a daze, and then Bulldog and Diesel fight off, and then Sean does sweet chin music, and Yokozuna like flops through the ropes out onto the floor.
Yeah, he finally does the sack of shit fucking flop.
Then Owen Hart runs out there, and Bulldog's like trying to revive him, and he's trying to help, and they can't get him up because he's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're counted out. Diesel and Sean win.
I like that. That was a good ending.
That was a clever little match. It was fun.
Yeah, it's see, I originally ranked it lower, but now I'm like, all those gas up that is happening right now, I'm kind of like, oh, it needs to go a little bit higher. So I was originally had it at a 6.8. I'm bringing it to a 7.2.
I'm gonna give it a 6.8. Actually,
Okay.
mine was a little lower. I still a little lower than yours, but like, yeah. After talking about it, I realized like I had more fun with that match. So in retrospect, it was good.
Yeah. After this is when we get into an angle. Fucking
Did you
Jim
hear what
Cornette.
Vince said when he was
Yeah.
like, he's verbally raping Yokozuna in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Like, what? He did a spit take.
Yeah, so Jim Cornette is pretty much blaming him. Well, he's such a fat fuck, I guess. But then again, he got knocked out. Like, it's all, if you think about it, it's Bulldog's fault. That chain of event from him trying to do a leg drop and missed and hit Yoko.
Yeah, he should have just like shoved Sean off of him, but instead he's like, I'm gonna hit him in the back of the head with my fucking leg, and then we'll beat him. Nope.
He was like, oh, bruv. Oh, bruv.
Bruv.
Yeah. My asshole, bruv.
But yeah, so Cornette's verbally raping Yokozuna, which is something Jim Cornette does to people. He does verbally rape them.
Yes. So he ain't lying. I bet you Vince, when Jim Cornette fucking drinking the Sprite and fucking yelling at Vince McMahon, he's probably like, "You're verbally raping me, fuck."
Verbally raping me, pal. You should do that on TV.
Yeah.
It's like what was that like Sean Waltman said one time? Somebody was like, somebody on Twitter was talking about Jim Cornette one time, and I think it was because of a story. He said something about somebody, and that went around. When does that not happen?
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of the reason why so many crybabies hate him online. It's because he's like, why does he gotta be so harsh? And it's like, I think he said something like, dude, don't get in an argument with him ever, because he's just gonna verbally skewer you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's not worth it.
He could fucking out promo anybody, I think.
When he gets mad and he doesn't like you, you're just fucked. You're not gonna win that.
Mm-hmm.
But Bulldog and Owen try to or Yokozuna gets mad though, and nobody can stop him. So he starts to try to beat up Corny, and he is. And then Bulldog and Owen try to stop him, and they can't.
Mm-hmm.
And then all three of them just run away.
Yeah, and they sold him hulking up or him rawing because he wants that KFC bucket.
He's kaijuing.
Yeah.
He's a babyface now. He got a big pop.
Yep, he got a big pop. Everybody was cheering for him. And we get into a vignette of Mankind with his fucked up ear.
He says things are changing around here. Things are getting out of control. Maybe he's finally found a home. Maybe I can have a nice day.
Nice. Then we go into the next match, the 1-2-3 Kid with Ted DiBiase versus Hakushi.
Hakushi.
Yep.
They're hyping up the baby match, the crybaby match.
Stupid. So stupid.
That's part of the point, I guess. This is so territory Southern wrestling shit, though. It's just funny. They have a pretty good match, though. I don't really get into it because we've seen them have a match before.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
Kid does martial arts, and Hakushi comes back with high-flying offense and martial arts.
How can I put this? It's like Sean Waltman, 1-2-3 Kid, is P.F. Chang's, and Hakushi is genuine Chinese food.
Japanese food.
So like when fucking 1-2-3 Kid, Japanese, I'm sorry. And so every time fucking 1-2-3 Kid does his little fucking kicks and he does the then Hakushi comes up behind him and just fucks him up. I was like, yeah, I like that.
To be fair, the stuff 1-2-3 Kid was doing was pretty cool though.
Oh yeah. I'm not. It's just funny when he because when he was a face, he wasn't doing too much of it. Like he'll go like, huh, and then it'll be like done. But as a heel, he's going. Hua.
He's playing into it. He's like doing katas and stuff, and he's like,
yeah.
he's a good PF Chang's.
Come to think of it, the fucking like Ted DiBiase's group of people that he always gets is fucking weird. Like he takes fucking a Native American and turns him into like a fucking evil casino dude. Uh, and then
Casino
you
Tatanka.
yeah, and then you have fucking 123 kid who's like this underdog, and now he's like some karate guy thing.
He's a fast karate guy punk. That's what he
Yeah,
is. And
with
then
attitude.
with attitude. And then before that he had Bam Bam Bigelow, which is like random.
Yeah,
Because I can see I want to manage this guy because he's just a big strong guy and he's a good wrestler. So you could make money off the back of him in the canon of wrestling. And then you have IRS, who's just his tax man, his tax expert.
you know what would have actually been cool probably, because I always thought like with Ted DiBiase, they like whoever joins his group, they should all like wear suits and be like elite people and all that stuff. And then you have Evolution, and I was like, that would have been pretty cool if somehow they had Ted DiBiase be like a manager for Evolution.
That's kind of like Ric Flair's role, though, a little bit.
Yeah, but Ric Flair has more of a wrestling role instead of Ted DiBiase. They could have been like, where do we get this money? We get it from Ted DiBiase.
I guess
There's
something there. There is something there, but I feel like Evolution was just good.
Yeah, Evolution on its own is good, but I think it would have been a little bit like a sprinkle of more with Ted DiBiase.
It should have been a different faction with his son, Ted DiBiase Jr. And then you have Cody Rhodes in a suit, and then you have somebody else in a suit. I don't know, some other guy. You need a big guy that doesn't suck. There's something there, but yeah.
Almost.
Kid, they do impressive dives too out on the floor. They both have turns doing that. Kid wins with a double arm suplex from the top rope for 3, which is like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yep.
I gave this a 6.5. It was pretty good. They had this match before. It's a little different. They're not having the same match exactly, but
it's changed up a little bit.
Yeah.
I give it a 5.7 out of 10. I just wasn't too high on it.
You just hate Japanese people. Just admit it.
I hate baby bottles.
You hate babies.
I hate babies. After that, we have a Clarence Mason promise to sue if Vader isn't reinstated. He's got case law, Stevens versus Steiner. I was like, oh, okay. And then
okay, and then that was it, really.
And then we go into main event time.
You forgot about the comments from Gorilla Monsoon, who's convalescing from his residence.
Yeah.
After the injuries at the hands of Vader.
Yeah, because they do the interview, and Vince was like asking him about all that stuff. And then I wrote down that Jerry Lawler actually asks a valid point. Like, why in the world would you hire Roddy Piper as the interim fucking general manager, essentially?
Yeah, so at least they did address that. So, like, first Gorilla apologizes to the fans, and I guess to the company, because he's like, I reacted the way Gorilla Monsoon would, not President Monsoon.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Which he had a flashback because he was doing chops to Vader. It's like he went back to being a wrestler for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Then Vince asked if he'd consider apologizing to Vader and if he would reinstate him. And then he's like, no, and I think you know the answer to the other thing in regards to that. And then, King asked him about, why'd you make Roddy Piper interim president? And Gorilla's like, I've been friends with him for a long time, and he's a man's man, and he'll do what needs to be done, basically. It's like, yeah, that's fair, I guess.
It's a good cover-up. Yeah, I totally forgot that because I just wrote down, like, oh, I like the line with the Jerry Lawler. Now it's main event time. Bret Hart versus The Undertaker. Again, that was advertised.
For the world title.
Yeah.
So this match is okay. They seem to work a little slower than on the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that because it's TV. And Brett looks like he's banged up anyway. He has like a fucking black eye still and shit. And Vader, like, why do I keep talking about Vader? I want Vader to come back and kill somebody, I guess.
Yep.
But Brett tries to duck and dodge Taker and hit him with strikes, but it just doesn't really work that good. And Taker just takes over and he hits him with punches and throat thrusts. And he's choking Brett in the corner. And then he knocks him down. And then Undertaker applies the facial claw, which is like something he's been doing lately.
Yeah.
And he looks super spooky for a moment because he does like the hair flip and his eyes are rolled back.
Yeah, he's slowly turning into like his like Undertaker form essentially.
He's turning evil.
Yeah.
He goes to walk the ropes. They don't call this old school yet because they didn't call it anything because it wasn't old school.
Yep.
It's just Undertaker. The thing Undertaker does where he walks on the ropes and he jumps off and he hits you.
Which I don't understand how that hurts, but whatever.
Because this huge guy jumped off the ropes and hit you in the back of the neck.
Okay.
It would hurt.
It just always looks lame, is what I'm trying to like. Maybe if he springboarded and did it, it might look better.
He jumped really high though.
It just looks weird for me.
Here's what's weird to me about it is when nobody counters it, and thankfully he had the foresight to think about something like that because Brett countered it,
Mm-hmm.
or either Brett or Mayor Brett did. He's like, "I'm just going to throw you off," and he's like, "Okay," or maybe he saw it that way and just said, "You should throw me off," because I love that he actually addressed this in the old podcast, the good one before it went shitty,
Mm-hmm.
and. Because I think they were actually talking about matches he would have with Brett when this was going on. But he was saying, like, yeah, you know, people see me wrestle a bunch. They should see what I do in the ring, and then they would know how to counter me just by watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, he thought about that. How come nobody else thinks about that? Like, do you, like Sting, do you watch the show? Apparently not. But yeah, like Brett was able to yank him down from there because Diesel walked out. He distracted him momentarily because they don't like each other.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do a thing like he stopped and was like, "It's Diesel," and then he got yanked off. He just was like, "Huh?" and then got yanked off like it was a split second thing.
Yeah, it felt genuine.
Yeah, and then it's one of those where it's like when you make a mistake, you're in the ring with Bret Hart. He's gonna fuck you over, and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because he starts working his knee. Diesel gets on the commentary desk and he like gets a headset and he starts talking. And he's like, "Oh, I heard that they give me a pay increase if I came down here and did commentary, so here I am."
That was probably genuine. Like, hey, that's what I heard in the grapevine. Since I'm here now, you got to owe me more money, Vince.
Something like that. Something like that's probably based in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Brett's working Undertaker's knee, fights him off, go to commercial, come back. Undertaker hits a back suplex. He's beating up Brett, and then he does the old school, and I'm just going to call it that because I hate the thing where Undertaker is on the ropes and he jumps on you. It's just too long.
Yeah.
It's just flying clothesline. He hits that too. He goes to pick up Brett for a tombstone, but he accidentally hits Tim White with Brett's boot. And he's dead. He dies. He doesn't get back up. Brett wiggles out, goes for like a quick schoolboy. Like he tries to pin him, but the ref's dead. So he realizes that. He's like, fuck. And he just lets go. They're fighting back and forth. Brett goes back to Undertaker's knee. And then Diesel gets up from the commentary desk because Brett's out on the floor. He's like throwing his knee in the post. And he throws Brett's head into the post out there. And then Undertaker attacks Diesel. And Diesel gets up and grabs a chair and hits Undertaker in the back.
It was a loud crack.
That was a good chair shot. He didn't pussy that one.
Yeah.
And then Diesel gets Taker in the ring and he jackknifes him. And then Taker,
which was cool.
It was a good jackknife. And then Taker like couldn't get up like he tried to, and then he was like, ugh, just kind of fell over. And then Diesel does it again. He jackknifed him again. And Tim White is just fucking died because he has not moved at all.
Mm-hmm.
He's still laying in the same spot. Come back for a break. And it showed us Brett was going after Diesel and they fought to the back and the match was just declared a draw.
Yeah. They just said fuck it.
Where were all the other referees?
They all
They went home, they went to the hotel.
maybe they're stuck in the blizzard.
They're in California, there's no blizzard.
Well, maybe some of them were in New York and they couldn't get out of New York.
There was an earthquake.
Probably.
I gave us 5.9. It was pretty good, and then it just ended suddenly, and I was like, oh, okay.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. Bret Hart curve.
Take your curve.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I don't think they wanted to put on a like pay-per-view type of match, and it was just like, hey, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna give them, something, and then the match will just fucking disappear, and that's what essentially happened. So we got like a taste. It was like, here's a taste of what Bret and Undertaker do. Is it gonna be a finish? Nope. Find out maybe later.
It's a tease for Diesel too against both guys. So Diesel assaulted both guys, and he's supposed to have. We don't know he's going to have a match with the Undertaker, but he's supposed to have a match with Bret really soon.
Yeah.
So.
But I'll let you handle this next thing because I hate when they do the billionaire Ted stuff.
I don't got much to say about it because it's so samey and it's not that funny. Like they do another one of these, they're still doing it in the press conference setting.
At this point, billionaire Ted has more money than Vince, right? Like,
oh yeah.
So I wonder if this is just Vince being jealous that he has more money and more resources compared to him.
Yeah, because it's like Turner owns TV networks and all this other stuff, and now they're talking about the AOL merger years before it actually finalizes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably some of this is probably jealousy. He's like, God damn it, he has more money than me. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I wish I had my own TV network, damn it, and all this other stuff.
So if you think about it, like in YouTube when like two YouTubers are having a drama fight and they would like answer each other with like videos and shit.
Response videos, yeah.
Yeah. Essentially, this is the like first of it. This is like the origin of response videos, essentially.
If they do little skits making fun of each other, yeah. It is. It's cringy.
It's cringy as fuck.
Everyone at the press conference is asking Billionaire Ted about how he's lost money with WCW and if he cares about losing money for his shareholders. And he's like, I can lose money. I can afford to lose money because I got money. It's a plaything. I should be able to do whatever I want with it.
It's kind of funny though. Like it kind of foreshadows this, essentially.
The Tony Khan thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of too, because it's like guys are saying that in the company or that used to be there. It's like it doesn't listen to anybody. He does whatever he wants.
Yep.
What motivates him? He's like money, power, and I want more. I want more things.
That's where I think Vince is projecting. I think that's Vince projecting there. Yeah,
because Vince is a control freak too, and he wants more money and power too. He doesn't have as much as this guy, and it makes him mad.
Essentially, Vince becomes like this conqueror. Like he conquers all the fucking wrestling, and he's just this fat fucking king just sitting on his throne, and nothing happens essentially. And that's what happens until he got ousted.
Yeah, that's what happened to us. We lived through the dark ages.
Yep.
So this period of suck from like 2006 to like take your pick, I guess.
I would say all the way to probably
2019, 2022, I'd
yeah,
say.
because the pandemic shit was fucking weird.
It's just 2019 was such a particularly bad year for them creatively. There was so much awful shit that year.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, but anyway, that's like a whole other thing. After this, they do this really weird thing where it's like a deathly serious Vince McMahon voiceover is talking about this ad they were going to put out in the New York Times and how it got rejected. And they just wanted to show it to us, I guess.
I guess
And
I
they
don't know.
and they did, and it was something about how Ted Turner is losing money for his shareholders. And it's like, okay. And that's
Vince
it.
is
That
Vince
was
is
the end.
doing
That was the end of Raw, by the way. That's it.
yeah. Vince is doing disinformation fucking psyop fucking shit going on with that stuff. That had like MK Ultra stuff where he went all serious with the whole, you know, losing money. It's like who cares if he's losing money? Why I understand why he's doing it to show like, hey, look, it's a sinking ship. Come watch our show. But like, if they're losing money without you fucking talking about them, why do you care?
Or
If you're
like,
gonna
why
become
should?
the victor,
Yeah. Or like, well, he didn't know that yet, but it's like, why should the fans care about that?
yeah,
Like, he's losing money for his shareholders. Why would anybody who's just buying tickets and wants to buy like T-shirts and see like Sting or Shawn Michaels care about something like that? It just
and it's kind of like if you really think about it, I guess if we put our heads in what that time was, like, remember the way you watch, like, if you couldn't catch a show and if you didn't have a VCR with the recording feature on it, like, you were kind of fucked unless you caught like some type of rerun at like midnight or something.
yeah.
And so, like, capturing, maybe that's why he kept on doing it. It's kind of like propaganda, being like, hey, you know, don't watch that fucking. It's gonna sink. Come watch us. We're the valuable time, and best wrestling, essentially.
Yeah, I don't know. That was odd, and I feel like it was a really shitty way to end the show. Like,
Yeah,
they should have placed this somewhere in the middle or something.
yeah. Get away. You know that whole fucking Clarence Mason fucking promising to reinstate and case law bullshit. Like you could have got rid of that and put or maybe smushed together both of that shit in there,
Do
and then
a triple rolling segment with these three things.
yeah, and then have the main event with Brett and Undertaker, and you have that chaos at the end, and be like, you know how sometimes it will cut off, uh, either WCW or WWF where there's a brawl going on, and be like, we're out of time, see
We
you
gotta
later.
go. Yeah,
Yeah, like I would have rather had that instead of the whole billionaire Ted thing, and I think that kind of soured me on my score, to be honest with you.
it affected mine too because it was like, ah, that sucks. This is a guy. I don't even care that the match ended in a draw
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes that's going to happen. Sometimes it should happen. And
Yes.
I know everybody can complain about how they hate DQ, finish, and draw. It's a tool in your tool belt you can use just to draw things out.
Yeah.
And sometimes you should do it. You don't do it all the time, but sometimes you should.
But I gave tonight's show a 5.7 out of 10. And if while I was like, because how I write notes is I go based off of 10 out of 10 at the beginning, and then I minus things along the way. I want to say right by 1, 2, 3, not by 1, 2, 3, kid, right by where it gets to the billionaire Ted thing, it kind of sinks a little bit because I had it at like 6.2, and I was like, all right, no, this is a 5.7. I don't like how it ended. And then the wrestling was kind of okay. Like it wasn't amazing. It was just okay wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I like the Kid Hakushi match better than you did, but the opening match was really good. And the Bret Hart Undertaker match was good for what it was. So whatever. But I'm going to give it a 5.9. I actually had my score a little higher, but I'm going to lower it because that ending sucks. But like, still, it's like at least this wasn't a go home show.
That is true.
That makes me want to bump it just a touch. But like, yeah. This got a 2.7 from Nielsen. So
WCW was 2.9, right?
Yep, you're a little higher.
Interesting. I mean, well, not really interesting if you think about it. But
None of this is interesting.
Yeah.
Just, we got to figure out what we're going to do next. We got to call an audible here.
Because we have a Super Brawl and Nitro and
then,
no Raw.
No Raw. And there's no Raw because there's nowhere to access it. Nobody has it. There was a Raw on February 12th. But
how about we do this? We'll make it a mystery and see if we could find something that is outlandish during that time frame.
I don't know what that would be. That's a tight window to find something. You know, like what happened in that week of February that we can find?
I don't know. If anything, I mean, we could just do Super Bowl and Nitro, and then we could continue with the, In Your House and Nitro and Raw.
Yeah, it's like we either do a short show with Super Brawl and the Nitro, or we do like a super show where we do the Super Brawl, the Nitro, and the In Your House.
I would rather just do a short show with the Super Brawl and Nitro.
A little burst.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to do In Your House.
We'll include ECW on the next one.
Well, it's either that or you could just do the ECW, the Raw Nitro, the ECW.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We're gonna hammer this out. So, but the only thing is for sure is we're gonna Super Brawl and Nitro next.
Yes. So that's where we'll end the episode, guys. If you want to catch more of Getting Some Color, you can follow us on the Big Trouble Media YouTube page. So make sure you like and subscribe. Season 4 of Big Trouble podcast should be coming back soon. So if you watch the YouTube Big Trouble Media channel, we should be coming back the week after Labor Day. So keep an eye out, and you'll see the new theme that we'll be doing for that month. But until next time, everybody, remember to get some color. Peace out.